This podcast contains adults using adult language. You have been warned.
Looking back on the past when we still had a chance, we were pawns in a game that we could not win.
I think we're live. Like,
in theory.
For realsies. For how long, we don't know. So everybody tune in and pay attention. It could end in a moment. I am St. Brian. It's working, yay! I am St. Brian. I am your dungeon master for this week's edition of Team X. I am so happy that you could join us to play this amazing premium experience game that was asked. Could I guarantee this? Yes. And if you don't like it, we will have your memories removed and you can get a full refund. So,
except that we are not giving you money. We are not giving you your money back.
That's ours. Consider it
ours.
Spent.
You will never see it again.
It's spent. It's gone. I don't know where it is. So, so we're gonna play some Dungeons and Dragons this afternoon, and as you can see, we have a new player. We have someone new. So what we're gonna do is because we can't go just vertically again or horizontally the way that we go vertically then horizontally. We're gonna have to go around the horn again. So we shall start in the upper left-hand corner, which I believe is a certain dragon
that has just noticed that her name's wrong.
Did I?
Yeah.
It's with a J.
How?
Anyways,
Okay.
I'm clear.
Hang on.
Like the cartoon character.
Exactly. What was that? The rock band with Gem
Gem and the
Gem
Holograms.
holograms.
Yeah, there it is. Okay.
I think I was probably the only boy
At least it's
that
not
liked
at
that
least
show.
It's not thunk.
Yeah, you're not Funk anymore, right? No,
Nope,
you're...
not anymore.
Okay.
My name's
Anyways.
spelled right.
Yay.
Guys, this is the premium experience that I was talking about just a few moments ago.
This is the listen
This
very
is the-
carefully. We're playing this for us, and we don't give a shit.
And if you happen to like it, fantastic.
If you happen to like it, that's fantastic. We love you too. But if you don't, sit on it.
So let's start in the upper left-hand corner with clues. Playing.
Genmai with J, Gem Weaver.
Listen, shut up. How about that? Quit harassing our boy.
Hey, this is the only time where it gets to go in reverse.
And so we have Genmai Gem Weaver, which Tinker Gnome. So to her, going clockwise. Actually, we'll just say going clockwise to her right.
That would be me. Hi, I'm Viking Goat. I play Sonic General Trunk, and you can lay all technical difficulties upon my shoulders because they're more likely my fault.
Today, at least.
Today. But yeah, I play Sonic General Trunk, Nature Domain Cleric, who's kind of a nice guy. And continuing clockwise.
That's a bit self-depreciating. He's pretty nice. He's the nicest one in the party.
Well,
so
I mean,
far.
if you ask a nice person if they're a nice person, they're going to be like,
Well, this is true.
Yeah, I'm kind of a nice person.
I'm all right. He's humble.
Yeah.
He's humble.
But continuing
These are-
clockwise.
And with an impeccable palate.
No, he eats spiders. He's a freak. He's a freak.
We don't food shame often.
Often.
It's land crab. What's wrong with land crab?
Shut
Nothing.
up.
It's tasty.
I'm playing Hugon Valander, the grumpy father figure of these assholes.
It's just funny
And
because I'm like 10 times older
You're
than you.
400 years old and you act like a 3-year-old. And then Thunuk just needs like a leash or something. But like a very large dog, that's not possible. Like you might as well just like accept that it's going to run away and do something and eat a
Or
spider.
when it wants to snuggle, it will just sit on
It's
you.
just gonna sit on you.
You deal with it.
He's French shaped, so
What's that in your mouth? What's that in your mouth?
Spit that out right now. You spit that out this instant.
No,
Young
fine,
gentle trunk.
fine.
And joining us for the very first time, and he's not going to describe his character just yet. We're going to be getting to that ever so soon. But joining us is...
I'm Rosella, also known as Purple Monkey Robots, and I'm playing a character named Eno.
And we are going to get to the description of that in just a few moments. Don't you worry. So, do we want to play some Dungeons and Dragons, or do we want to talk about land crab for the next 20 minutes?
I would like to
make an argument for land crabs.
Stop. Rebuke. Rebuke. We're not doing this shit.
Okay, so land crabs. Okay, cross that off the list. All right, and then we're not. Are we going to talk about sparkle farts?
No,
that's at least an hour. No, we already got.
We are not discussing things that piss Hugon off today.
How about eggs?
I don't know. That's a really short list.
I mean, there are slightly pressing concerns, like a very large metallic kitty cat.
That's
looks
fine.
Pissed off.
Because I can do something about that.
And we're gonna get to that. But it's a cold and rainy night in Baldur's Gate. And Eno, you find yourself sitting in a tavern there called the Fish and the Stone. Hood drawn up against the cold and against the wet. And you had traveled up there. You're on your way back up the coast, wandering as you do, as a traveling adventurer happens to do. But you were supposed to be meeting a friend of yours there. One of your traveling friends and adventuring friends, a monk named Alexei, who was off to try to help you do some research. So your trip to Candlekeep was not as successful as you hoped it would be. And he said that he might be able to help you over a chance encounter and a mug of ale, and left immediately. And he said that he was going to meet you a week prior, a 10-day prior, at the Fish and Stone, the tavern where you're staying, in order for him to deliver this information. And he is late. So the very first thing I need you to do is roll for initiative.
Okay. And that's going to be a 19.
Whoa, 19.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We're going to come back to that. Don't worry. We're going to use that later. Don't even worry about it. Initiative. Don't
ask for initiative.
Just a formality.
No. That's cruel.
Doomed. We're all doomed. Doomed.
Hey, what was your initiative score? 19. Don't worry about it. You died.
Hey, guess what? He just won Dungeons and Dragons, guys. Great game. First time in. All right. You didn't know it was that easy. So you're sitting in this tavern, very dimly lit. A lot of it's a waterfront tavern, very close to the harbor. You had picked it specifically for its price, and also for your ability to perhaps earn a few coin along the way. But this night is a slower night, dimly lit. A lot of sometimes unsavory figures that you see sitting in dark corners, making deals. You're occasionally listening to, overhearing, trying to pick up little bits of information here and there. Occasionally you pick up on the nicer jewelry hidden under these tattered cloaks of someone probably a little bit higher up the food chain trying to disguise themselves, but obviously not knowing what it is to actually walk among the, I guess you call them blue collar workers of Baldur's Gate. They think that they're disguising themselves, but they kind of stand out.
Nothing like an easy mark.
Yes. But whilst walking through, you're coming back from the bar with well, because this is the kind of thing we do. What is the kind of thing that Eno would drink? Because this is the thing that we discuss in this particular game, in these games.
Lots of food and drink.
I think he would have an ale. He would probably try the whatever the latest local ale is. Yeah.
Okay. Does he like a high IBU or a low IBU?
He's a session drinker.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So he's in there. But I have it in my head that Eno, just from the conversations you and I have had via Twitter, and everyone else, this will all be revealed in good time. Don't worry. But I'm going to imagine that Eno is the kind of drinker that has like one low alcohol beer, but isn't telling people what he's drinking and immediately chasing that with another water, making it seem like he's deep in his cups.
Yeah.
But all the while,
Yeah, he doesn't drink a lot. And I would think that would be an accurate assessment.
So as you happen to be walking back to the table in the corner that you've strategically chosen, so that way you could see the entire room and you wouldn't be able to miss your friend Alexi come in, you are getting a little worried because he's usually not late. Had he been 2-3 days late, such is the way of traveling down the coast, that happens. But him being over a week late, this is starting to give you cause for concern. But as you're walking back to your table, a voice calls out to you from deep within a dark hood. And he says to you, "May your labors please us."
I stop dead in my tracks. And I look around to see if I see
Somebody's asking to get shanked.
And I immediately actually so I've got one hand on the mug, and as I stopped, as soon as I hear that, I've immediately gone to my sword, my short sword.
Just because this is like, hey, this is not this phrase has meaning. And it's in this deep, gravelly voice that seems almost far away while being close at the same time. It's it looks like it kind of looks up, but you can never really see deep into the hood. It's very, very deep, dark shadows. And he says, "Perhaps we can be of assistance to you. Would you join us?"
For a drink? Sure.
And you slide into the booth across from him. Obviously, you've got still probably keeping your hand on your sword. You know, in D&D terms, you've got like the Han Solo hand on the gun situation going on. You know, yeah. And you see this figure, this robed figure, sitting in front of you, gloved hands. On the table, fingers crossed, and it says, "This phrase has meaning for you, does it not?"
It does. Who are you?
Says, "No one of consequence, but someone who can help."
Those seem like opposites, but go on.
And he says, "I know where you can find some of the information that you seek."
He just nods.
And he says, "But I feel that you would not trust me if I offered this to you for free."
What are you asking for?
"I merely ask," or he says, "we merely ask that you find us a specific tome once you arrive there. We can arrange for all of the travel arrangements. And we merely ask that you give us a specific tome once you've found the information that you seek."
What tone would that be?
And he reaches into his sleeve and he pulls out a piece of parchment and he slides it across the table to you and retracts his hand. A safe distance.
Okay.
So that way you feel like you don't have to worry about him quick, reaching out. He's being very very methodical in his movements. They're very fluid movements, but you can see he's moving with purpose.
Is he wearing gloves or are his hands bare?
He is wearing gloves.
Okay. So I look at I don't touch it. I'm just looking at it to see what it's if I can read it.
And it's excuse me. It says it's the Tome of Abarak.
You spell it for me, please?
Abberatch.
Okay.
And he says, and if you're looking to come across some coin, there's also an item you might be able to retrieve for us, should the opportunity present itself. We would be willing, and you can name your price for this, but if you happen to come across a certain lantern, we would be interested in having it.
A lantern?
Yes, this is a very unique lantern.
So not just a hooded lantern, not just any hooded lantern.
Oh, not just any hooded lantern. It's a very unique, very special lantern. You will probably know it when you see it.
Okay.
You can feel free to name your price.
I'm sorry, this is gonna be like an obsessive lantern checking. Like, I examined the lantern. Whoa.
Yeah.
And
wow.
Hey man, I'm just the cart driver.
Listen, I don't know what the hell you are on about here. It's just a lantern.
Hashtag not all lanterns.
So I bring you a tome and a lantern, and you give me information. Am I getting that? Is that the deal?
No, the information will be, we will tell you where to find the information, and while there, you will be able to find the objects that we seek.
Interesting. Well, it sounds like you're trusting me to do this for you in advance.
Well, of course, payment would be made upon receipt of goods. And should you not fulfill the first part, well, we can certainly come to an arrangement. You seem an honorable fellow.
What if I decide that the lantern isn't worth my time to take for you?
Consider it a side quest.
You know, that's actually probably the actual vernacular that adventuring types use. That's almost certainly.
We didn't invent it.
Like, well, I have my main duties, and then I have this side shit that I need to do. And so,
well, I have to go rescue the maiden out of the tower, but there is that whole little manner of the bandit.
Oh, are you still on the side stuff? Yes.
Don't really need to
on the
get
side stuff.
Still grinding it out.
We have a schedule.
Eno takes a really healthy draught of his ale, and he kind of sits back in his chair for a second, and he says, so where am I going to find this information?
He says, it sounds like we have an accord.
I think we do.
Excellent. The travel arrangements have already been made. And you suddenly feel very dizzy.
Uh-oh.
And you feel as though you're being pulled into the ground. Like you feel as though you're almost sliding into your own shadow. And as it feels as though you're passing through like cold water, and then it goes black for a moment, and you feel an intense feeling of speed. Meanwhile,
like momentum speed, not like
Mm-hmm.
Magical bullshit.
Not crank. Meanwhile, there is this.
Wait, let's do that one more time.
There's this gorgeous ornate library in the north. It was known as the Candlekeep of the North, and if one were to enter, they would find various ornately carved frescoes. No, you can't carve a fresco; you paint a fresco. But
you could
carved
try,
murals.
but
you could try.
Carved murals as well.
Then it's a bas relief.
Yeah, bas relief. Yeah. Yes, and not bas relief.
Shut up! Stop! Nope. Don't even go there. Don't even start.
Nope.
Don't start. Nope. I lived in the Midwest. I had to listen to this shit all the time.
I'm gonna go look at the bas relief.
Shut your whore mouth. How about that?
It's only a bas relief if it's of a fish, and it is a bass.
No, okay, no. That's fair.
And there are fish.
There are fish.
So maybe those ones, or maybe that's trout relief.
Maybe it's a bass relief.
You're all fired.
But there are paintings on the ceilings and on the walls, and there's carvings, and you can tell that this is absolutely a place of learning, a place of where knowledge is stored, a place where there is a large steel construct bearing down on our party, who last week.
And there's dust everywhere.
Oh, dust. I thought you said Gus. I'm like, why is Gus everywhere?
There's dust. Oh.
What did you guys do to Gus, and
There's
why is he
pieces
everywhere?
Of Gus
Let's leave Gus out of this.
He's been atomized and spread.
Some of Gus is over there. There's some of Gus there. How Gus got on the ceiling, I don't know. But as we had left our heroes the previous week, they had started to enter the library that the monks had asked them to help them liberate, to help them free of whatever dark presence had arrived there. And several of the monks had gone missing. They sent in a team of townspeople with, we'll say, less than acceptable results. They probably want their money back for the lack of results. They paid. Results were not delivered.
They didn't hire the right company.
They did not hire the right. Well, no, what they did is they went on the Craigslist first, as opposed to going to a more reputable board to find. Literally the guy Craig in town who puts a list up of the jobs that he'll do. And
no. His name's Gus.
Don't hire Gus.
Well, that was who they went to Craig, and Craig said, "Listen, I'm actually
got my guy Gus. I'll get him.
I got this guy Gus. I'll give it to him.
He'll take care of it."
Yeah.
And now Gus has been reduced to some sort of strawberry-looking jam
somewhere, all over the place,
spread just across this library.
There's a thin veneer of Gus.
There's a varnish of Gus on everything.
So it turns out it wasn't dust you were tracking these people through.
It's the atomized remains.
It's the atomized remains of Gus, and that is now canon.
Poor Gus. We love you, Gus. Well,
we hardly knew you.
We hardly knew you until just now.
You seemed like a dumb person, so I think the human race is better off.
I feel like that needs to be a song. If we know anyone who can write songs, I feel like Poor Gus, the Ballad of Poor Gus.
The Ballad of Poor Gus.
It consists of three lines. And the stanza is, "Oh no, he's everywhere. Oh no, he's everywhere. Oh no, he's everywhere."
Quick, get the grout cleaning tool.
So
he slipped through the cracks.
So yes, once they had entered the library, they actually discovered some Dwergar, and promptly defeated them, most handily defeated. Including some kind of strange construct that Dren tried to open because it is Dren's way, and Dren immediately slammed shut when she found the dead, because she killed it, naked and shaven Dwergar installed inside. And then as they continued to explore and try to figure out which direction they were going to go, one direction, hey, more Dwergar that had not noticed them yet. And they started to go the other direction, and emerging from this door that was opened by the creature on the other side, perhaps drawn by the initial sounds of combat, was this large steel cat-looking creature with no eyes and vicious. Almost when you see those, man, my Delaware Valley accent just really came out there for a second. Sorry about that.
I think anybody's mad.
I'm mad because of the terrible accent. If you've ever seen those pictures of fish that live down in like ocean trenches where they have the lamp over their head and there's like no eyes, but they have just like those teeth where like the lower jaw juts out and it just looks like nothing.
This looks like a xenomorph a bit.
That's but worse. Xenomorph angles with teeth, and this strange, deep, metallic growl coming deep from in.
I don't like it.
Most wouldn't. This is not. It's not giving you a sense of calm. That is for sure. And Thunuk had launched off one of his hummingbirds at it.
He did,
and it missed. It kind of like glanced off.
It went pating.
It went ping.
Like bird on windshield.
Yeah, it wasn't a direct hit, so it wasn't like you like took it full on, broadside attack, and it was like, is that all you got? It was more like,
Thank you, you missed.
It was a glancing blow. Like where they punch, the bad guy punches the good guy, but the good guy just like, and nothing. It wasn't like that. It was nothing like that. So it's now moved into a predatory stance, shoulders low, ready, kind of starting to creep up here. And Quohan has the Quohan Fiedlerson, the large barbarian-looking fellow, the larger of the Fiedlersons, is going to make he is a person and deserves to be recognized as such. He is going to make his first attack with his enormous broadaxe.
How far away are we from this, or did it like run up on us?
It's you guys were at the door and you had sent Laura Alyssa up to the door, okay. So it's within 20 feet of you.
Okay, so it's like an easy move. Okay.
Yeah. So he moves up and he actually he rolled rather well for once.
He hits the metal kitty.
He hits the metal kitty for a few points. Hang on, math. Give me 1 second here.
One.
God, shut up.
Late.
I was a comm major. I was majored in communication so I could outrun math, and it just caught me. God damn it, Brian. You should. Okay, got it. Okay, so he runs up and he does smack this thing with it. Just nails it with the axe. But oh wait, I'm sorry. No, this thing tanks it. It like
axe to the grill and just like
to the grill, and it just sort of like it does not react to it at all.
Good.
So that was Quohan's tour. We're gonna come back to that in a second.
Yukon quietly laughs to himself.
So, Drenmai.
I want to keep it.
Yes, that is your standard action. You want to keep you want to keep the shiny thing. What is your plan to attempt to keep the shiny thing?
Can it talk?
It has. You can try to talk to it.
Hi.
Is that the whole of your argument?
No.
Oh, I was going to say
if there's any.
Do a perception check.
Hi.
Or no.
Well, it's still gonna try to eat
insight. Give me it'd be an insight check in this case. Insight.
Okay. Ooh, that's bad. I'm not even gonna bother. No, it's a fail. We'll just say that.
Fail. You don't know if
I will not report this number.
No.
We're just gonna
Oh no.
We're going to pretend like that never happened. No, you say hi. You can't tell if it recognized your speech or not.
Well,
but that won't be an action.
really want to do it, but I'd get very angered at.
Oh no.
Fine.
No. Oh god.
All right, then everyone else has attacked it. I guess I'm gonna attack it, but I'm gonna be fat.
Only 2 people have attacked it, and only 1 successfully.
Yeah.
I know, but I don't have anything where I could possibly manipulate my way to having it obey my command yet.
Okay.
So until that point,
there's a concerned question mark at the end of that. Okay.
So yeah, we're gonna lightning bolt the shit out of this thing.
Okay.
I don't want to. It's so pretty. Okay. Does a 20 hit?
A 20 does in fact hit.
Okay.
You have to roll to hit with lightning bolt now?
I think, don't I? Stroke of lightning.
I don't know. I hit things. Fuck if I know.
I guess it is instantaneous, so I didn't have to. But
well, no, instantaneous is just the amount of time it takes. If it's still like a spell attack, I think. Isn't it?
It actually doesn't tell me.
I don't know.
Well, I hit it anyways.
Magic's for nerds.
I need more dice.
You go dork.
I hit things.
You magic dork.
I hit things.
Nerd.
No. So you do. You have to save against this.
Ah, okay.
I didn't have to attack. That's right.
Oh, hang on.
I haven't used this spell in a while.
Hang on, let me see here. Hang on, let me see. Come on. This is why I mark pages in my guides here. Oh dear. Oh dear. So what is it going to save?
You need to save against a 16.
What kind of save?
Dex.
Dex save. And what does it need?
16.
16.
No.
Yeah. Oh shit, jack die. Okay.
Sounds like a lot of dice
Yeah,
getting
I heard a
rolled.
shit ton of dice.
What is that, 5d6 now?
Oh my god.
8d6.
At what
That was
level
8.
are you casting that?
3rd.
Oh my god.
Christ.
I didn't know you could cast that high.
Uh-huh. It's a 3rd level.
Cool. I didn't know that it went asymmetrically like that. That's really neat.
Let's see. I'm only rolling 4 at a time.
Ah.
That was all 4s. Literally, the whole row is 4s.
Nice. Well, it makes the math easier.
So 16 plus.
35 damage.
Ooh.
35. Okay.
Damn.
So
And it's metal.
Yeah, that's 100-foot lightning bolt. I'm probably destroying some walls and shit, but I'm okay with
Does that
this.
also hit Kohan, please?
If he's 100 feet in the line from me.
Wait, is it 100-foot range or is it just
It's
like
100
it's
foot
a
long,
beam
5
of
foot
lightning?
wide.
100-foot
Wow.
long, 5-foot wide blast from me in
Oh.
any direction I choose.
dear God. Yeah.
She
I
Dr.
think,
Doomed it.
Gosh.
Pretty much.
I think you hit full hand with that.
I'm
Good.
firing my laser.
Kohan pisses me off.
Ah.
Hang
And
on.
anything in that 100-foot range also is on fire.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
The
where it
lightning
hits?
ignites flammable objects in the area that aren't being worn or carried. So,
Oh, okay.
like,
okay.
the
books.
bookshelves might
The
be on
books.
fire.
I'm really glad that this is a mostly stone structure at this point because
Exactly.
hang on.
Hell, that's probably why it's a stone structure. Because of people like Dren.
because they thought ahead and they said, you know what?
Someone divined that an insane gnome was going to be wandering in one day and blasting shit with lightning. So they're like,
Pretty much.
stone. We're going to stone
Okay.
this one.
So
And then
as
I would be like, I'm sorry.
oh wait a minute, actually let me see this. Hang on, let's see what
did
happens
I
if no God.
I'm sorry.
Are there any other effects of what happens when they besides being on fire? Are there
Only
any
if
other
it's
like
unattended and if it's not carried and it's not attended, does it
Yeah.
catch on fire?
yeah? Are no nothing like knocked prone or anything like that?
No.
No.
Okay.
No, it's just
really,
a lightning
really
bolt.
hurts.
It's owie.
You
Yeah,
have probably
well,
some nervous structure damage.
yeah. So as this jagged bolt of lightning streaks through the air, it kind of arcs its way through Quohand to get to this creature in front of him. And he takes the full 35. And he is not looking good. I mean, it's almost like, there's like he's like stiff for that moment where all of his joints just kind of lock into place and his muscles just completely clench. And
he's going to have a wicked ass scar.
It's kind of impressive, like just the physique that is revealed by every muscle in his body convulsing at the same time, to the point where it's like, God damn, you do not want to get hit by this guy. But it smells an awful lot like barbecue now, because and you're pretty sure the smell is coming off of Quohand. And then it hits this steel predator, and it hits him and arcs through it and kind of grounds itself out, and it takes half that damage. So, yeah, that's what happened to the steel predator. I'm trying to imagine because it's just it tanks some of it, but you can see that it kind of like jerks a little bit.
It didn't like it.
It didn't like it. It is not happy. And now it is its turn.
Hugon looks at Dren and is like, "Holy shit!"
Big lightning bolt from Lantern. Pew.
And
maybe aim better next time.
It releases.
My bad.
And this growl in its throat actually starts to churn, and this enormous roar amplifies through its mouth as the jaws part, to the point where it sounds and it's going, ah! And
I want one.
And it is the sound if you were standing directly next to a mountain caving in.
Aww.
And I need all of you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution.
What do I have to save against?
Constitution.
I don't even.
I have a lot extra for that.
I seem to recall that being.
Fuck.
Sorry.
That didn't end well.
No.
Damn it!
I hate it.
Oh my
I got
gosh.
a +5 and I still rolled shit.
What did you get? What are our rolls?
7.
Here? 7. Hugon?
Oh, sorry.
Stomach is a 10.
12.
12. Okay. So yeah, that is not good enough.
I didn't think so.
Oh no.
So hang on, let me get my dice here.
I'm sorry, kid.
Do I have enough? Okay, here we go. All right. So okay. You all take 6 damage.
Okay.
4, 5, 6.
And everything you're holding, you drop.
Crash!
And you're stunned.
Oh, fuck.
Oh.
Okay.
That sucks.
You probably see a mountain of stuff bigger than Dren that dropped.
So, like, her lantern goes down.
There's so many things.
Like, the bag goes down.
By holding, you mean like things in our hands or things on our person?
Anything
Things
that
are
you're holding in your hands.
Okay.
Hands, okay.
Yes. So hang on, and I gotta look
I
at
was about to say, there's going to be a mountain of just stuff around me.
Everything on your body drops to the ground.
Like a whoosh.
So
I mean, I've got the bag.
It's like a scene from Fallout when you're over encumbered and you're just dropping everything.
Exactly.
Drop the entire inventory.
Drop the inventory.
And it spreads across the ground.
how do you? Oh,
Exactly.
sorry, I didn't mean to bong you. That's the deep feeling in your soul that you feel from having taken this. And
Very immersive.
I'm really trying to figure out how to keep this.
So, so that means you really can't do anything until you remake this save. So Hugon, it is your turn.
Oh, do I save?
Yeah, so you can make a save. You can try to make a saving throw right now.
Okay, that's 15.
Not enough.
Oh, wow.
So you're still. So your ears are like ringing. This is like an explosion, and you've been in battles where there's been like.
So it's like a shell shock that just arrests your person.
Exactly. It's just that you're just Your heart is beating. You have the wind knocked out of you, so you're like, where you just can't breathe, ringing in your ear. Phonic, it is your turn. You can try to do your save.
Save, please.
Okay, hold on. Let's see.
You may be coming into a situation here.
21.
Yes. You make your save.
Okay. Is that my entire turn?
You can pick up your things if you were holding anything. But yeah, it's at the end of your turn you make your save.
Okay.
So you're only.
I will.
If you have a bonus action you would like to take, I will allow a bonus action.
Are you certain?
Okay. I will allow. I am your benevolent dungeon master, and I will allow this to happen.
I will cast Spiritual Weapon.
Oh God.
You create a floating spectral weapon within range that lasts for the duration or until you cast the spell again. It's a 1-minute duration. When you cast the spell, you can make the melee spell attack against a creature within 5 feet of the weapon. On a hit, the target takes a force damage equal to 1d8 plus my spellcasting modifier. So is it within 60 feet of me?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Spiritual
it's getting attacked.
Badass.
Yeah.
So okay, now I know that Thunuk uses his little newspaper stick to bap things.
For him, it's a little newspaper. It's a log, basically. But in this case,
does this spiritual weapon look like fully badass?
What is the spiritual weapon? Yes. Oh so
is it like just this disgusting maul? Oh my God! I didn't think Thunuk could produce something like that.
Actually, it is basically it could be defined as a maul. It's a boulder and wrapped, as if a tree had grown around it to hold it.
Oh yes!
Yeah. And you can't tell what time of year the tree is in because it's just all times of year. So
that's some true giant shit, and I love it.
So spell attack. This is a melee spell attack. So it's just a spell attack then. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So where's my thingy again? It is. I forgot what my spell attack bonus is.
This is just so precious. Oh no, my friends! And it's just horrifying maul.
But that's exactly how it would be, right? Phonic would see his friends getting attacked, and it would be like,
God.
Did you roll a 1?
No, I rolled about as poorly as I did last time I tried attacking. 13.
13. No, it's able to dodge out of the way of that.
Okay.
But now you have this spiritual weapon.
Yes. And I can use my bonus actions to attack with it or move it.
Wow.
Okay.
That's
excellent.
That's cool as hell.
That is very cool. I'm loving this. Okay, so now it is Laura Lissa's turn. She's going to attempt to save. No, she does not save. So she's still stunned and all that. Okay. We're back up to Crowhand. We're just going to cycle on through the initiative order here.
No, that's fine.
My God, no. So that lightning bolt did not help.
No.
This is where combat gets exciting.
Actually, no, hang on. I got to do the math on this.
I will say, while he's doing math, that I've been waiting to fight a steel predator for 12 years. I found out about these things when I was 15 years old, going through the monster manuals in 3.5. I think it was Monster Manual 2 or 3, or maybe it was Fiend Folio. I don't recall. But I found that picture. I was like, oh my God, I either want one or I want to fight one. And I've been waiting for almost 2 days, for 1.5 decades.
And listen, either one of those is either one of those things is a potential outcome for today. So Crowhand, when he got hit with this work, because he was right there in front of it when this thing went off. So, I guess to flavor this a little bit, there is a battleship known as the USS New Jersey. It was at one point the most powerful battleship in the history of the world, up until the 80s. And it was built in World War II. And when they took it out to sea for the first sea trials, they had to take it far out to sea to fire the cannons because these were big ass guns, the largest guns on any naval ship. And one of the folks who had built the ship had left their toolbox on the front deck up towards the bow. And the entire time the ship was being built, the captain had said, you told the workers you can't leave your tools on, you have to take them off at the end of every day. Well, here, this one worker left a toolbox filled with tools on the deck, and they went to fire the guns, and they said, oh wait, we got to move the tools, and the captain said, no, leave them. They were sitting right underneath the guns. They fired the guns, and the concussive force from the gun being fired flattened the toolbox and laminated the tools inside it with the toolbox itself, just from the concussive blast. So that's kind of like where Quohan was when this thing went off. He's got blood coming out of his ears. He's got blood coming out of his nose. He is completely stunned. He's on the ground, and it just you're pretty sure.
For Dodd.
So as this happens, Eno, give me a dexterity save.
All right. Let's see. Okay. Oh God. That's a 10 with my +5.
Okay.
10.
So you come stumbling out of this whatever conduit you are in. You don't fall, but you definitely trip and take a few steps, because it was kind of like, it's like those people movers that you have in the airports where you walk on them and it feels cool because you're walking real fast, but if you're not paying attention at the very end, and that sudden change in speed is going to take you, whoa! You kind of have one of those moments.
Oh fuck!
Am I still holding the ale?
You are still holding the ale.
Do I spill any of it?
Give me another dex save.
Okay.
I think this deserves its own dexterity.
Save the drink.
That's 16.
That you do not spill a drop.
Okay.
And it's like, oh.
I look down at the ale and I kind of smell it to make sure that it hasn't taken on any weird, shadow component.
It hasn't. It didn't
Does it smell okay still?
Oh, it smells fine.
Yeah, I drain it.
It's very hoppy. It's very, it's a nice aromatic.
Yeah, I chug it.
It has some shadow undertones now.
After that experience, I would, I think chugging it is the next, that's the best possible solution.
And you emerge into this, you're not quite sure what it is. It's a hallway. There's various it looks like a post office almost, with all the different portcullises. Is that the right word? Portcullises? No. Portcullises. But here you see in front of you this large barbarian, ears bleeding, kind of stunned on the floor. You see, I'm just going to go right through the initiative order here. You see this gnome covered in grease, hair kind of dirty, goggles, lantern. You see this armored figure. Yeah, you got the goggles up on top there. You see this armored figure in front of you that's decked out in it's still, is it chainmail or is it scale mail? Splint mail, yeah. Enormous halberd, but this
which is on the ground.
But this featureless mask with tiny pinpricks of red light where the eye should be. And it's kind of got the Hannibal Lecter mouth, where it's kind of like got the little bars where the mouth is. But other than that, it's little dented. This enormous. I'm trying to think if you've probably ever seen a Fearbolg. I'm guessing with the travels you've probably come across a Fearbolg.
He has.
But the Fearbolg seems to be the only one with his senses about him at the moment, wielding this enormous spiritual weapon, directing this enormous boulder encased in a log in a tree, swinging at this cat-like alien xenomorph-looking creature on all fours. This is what you see. So please, if you would, tell the people here in the game and any of the folks watching at home and the folks that will eventually listen to this on the podcast, of which we have many apparently, tell them what they see.
So as soon as he chugs the beer, I mean, the force of this coming through this portal thing, his hood is back. So you see leathery skin, the color of scarlet. So it's like an orange red skin. He's got crimson hair that's pulled back into a ponytail, and solid crimson eyes, and he's got horns that come up like diagonally around, and they go back into like a little bit of a corkscrew. They're about 4 inches, and he's a little under 6 foot, so he's not super tall. He's got a lute on his back, and he
and a tankard of ale in one hand.
Tankard of ale in one hand that's now empty, and brown leather armor is what he's wearing. But he's got this sort of overcloak. It's a cloth overcloak. It's a dark green overcloak that's got a hood on it that's now back. So his head is exposed, and he'll look up at the furball and he'll say, "Friends of yours?"
Who is he looking at when he does that?
At you.
But I mean, like,
he's pointing at everybody. He's just like,
okay.
Friends of yours?
Yes, but the big metal kitty is not.
Oh. So he'll kind of he moves his lute,
mm-hmm.
and he strums a chord on it.
Mm-hmm.
And he directs
fucking sick ass power chord.
So metal. Wait, here we go.
Yes!
Yeah!
And he's gonna cast Dissonant Whispers.
Oh.
On the metal cat. And Dissonant Whispers is a spell that if they don't save, it requires them to move away from me.
Mm.
And that's yeah,
tell me what we're doing.
Wisdom save of 15. My DC is 15.
Save of 15. Oh, hang on. Let me get to my stats here.
So I start whispering at the metal thing. I start going, go away, go away, go away, go away,
Go away, go away, go away, go away.
go away, go away.
Do not want.
Bad. Nope.
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna cast that at the second level.
Okay.
That's a hot D10, isn't it?
Oh, so yeah, the save has failed. So what's the damage on that?
It's 4d6.
Oh, gross.
Oh my god.
Ew.
Dissonant Whispers is so cool.
Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah.
6, 7. Oh god damn. 8.
8. Okay.
Yeah, not that great.
It's damaged.
Yeah.
It's damaged.
And now
Lot
it
of
has to
ones.
flee.
So
it has to move as far as its speed allows away from me. It doesn't move into dangerous ground such as fire or pit.
So
moves to the end of the hallway.
this thing,
That's awesome.
This thing, and it just moves as far away as it can in a single turn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
that's a it's as a reaction, so it's got to go now.
Yeah. It's, right now,
That's like fear on steroids. That's extraordinary.
And it's like, just go away. And you see, you see the creature all of a sudden kind of like tilt its head and kind of start like it's almost like it's trying to wipe its ears on the ground. Have you ever seen a dog that has like something on its face and it's doing one of those, and you kind of hear like this screeching like metal metal grinding on metal sound. Yeah,
you're ruining the tile.
Yeah. And it turns and it bolts out of the door that it came in, and you hear like the metal clicking, and then you hear like this. That hears, and then there's no sound.
No, Kitty, come back.
And then, as a bonus action, I'll cast at the 3rd level Healing Word on the bloody-looking guy that's on his knees. Kohan is his name.
Yeah, Kohan. What is the?
It's
what is? Give me some of that goodness here. What does he get?
So that's so that's 3rd level would make it. It's 3rd level would make it 3d4 plus 4.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Should I roll that for you, or?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Are we out of initiative?
Yes, we will.
I'm running after the kitty.
Oh God!
You're still stunned.
Yeah.
No, you got it. Well, we'll get there.
14.
14.
It gets 14 hit points.
Damn,
Okay.
nice.
I rolled a 24. I run after the kitty.
Okay, hang on. Let me get my maps here. All right, so you run after the kitty. You get into the next room, and this next room is a 40 by 40 room, spiral staircase in the southeast corner leading up, and there is no kitty.
I search.
How?
Everywhere.
How? With your eye, like what is the Dren method?
Chaos. So looking, Arcana checks, everything. I'm throwing shit at walls.
Yeah. Oh, and there's nothing.
Not like hammer.
Dear God. Just like throwing. Okay. So first, give me an investigation check first.
Investigation.
I get the feeling like the entire time she's doing is like, here, kitty, 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 here, kitty, kitty, kitty.
Pretty much. Let's go. Dirty 20.
Okay, so there is.
You have like a little can of something.
Catnip.
I have like a handful of like gears and oil. Like, I know you like this. Come here.
Do you
It's just dripping. It's like
a metal construct. Rossi's a metal construct.
Coagulated
so these
grease.
two things must be equal.
Okay, so with your investigation check, you look and you see the tracks just end in the middle of the room.
Arcana check.
End. So now you do your Arcana check, and right as soon as you said that, my headcanon is the goggles come down and you start scanning this room, like the
Terminator
Ghostbusters
stuff is on there.
Yeah, just like so.
That's
give me
22.
22. You are almost certain that this thing somehow. Hang on, let me go back and check. This is why we have source books, people, so that way you don't have to memorize all of this stuff. Where is it? You're pretty sure that it used some kind of like dimensional door.
Can I replicate it?
Do you have dimension door as a spell?
Not yet.
Then I'm going to have to say no, you cannot. But your the feedback through your ether goggles. You're like certain that not that you could replicate the spell right now, but you're aware of what it is. So it's on your radar that, hey, this is a thing that can happen. So even if it's something that you had never encountered before, it's now like on Dren's radar of, hey, this is a way that reality works. So, potential research.
Sit down and ponder it and be sad for a minute.
Okay. So Kohand is able to like stagger to his feet. He's still not looking good. Because he still took that lightning strike.
Straight to the butt.
Straight. Yeah, it was. He's still, and his sister is over there, like helping him, kind of like helping him up and talking to him and everything. And
real good. You got hit by a lightning bolt. Yay!
So So Hugon and Thunic, this tiefling essentially has stumbled out of the shadows and scared the just Jack Sparrow's out of the.
Fuck.
Go away.
It ran away. Yeah, woo.
Has made this steel predator run away from you guys. Hugon, you're able to kind of get your senses back. You're able to, shake it off. And it was one of those things where you were kind of aware of it running away, but it was like,
I had other pressing concerns, like the fact that I couldn't really move.
So I can attest to this because this has happened to me on several occasions. If you've ever been choked out, there's this weird ethereal state in the few seconds where someone chokes you out and you wake up, where you're kind of like you dream and it feels like you almost had a full night of sleep, which you did not.
No, you were deprived of oxygen in your brain.
But you're thinking. Like your brain is aware that you're supposed to be awake, but you're not. And you're kind of aware of everything happening, but it's at a very like surface level, like, hey, yeah, things are kind of slipping off your brain, and then eventually you kind of sit up and you're like, oh yeah, I was just stunned. So,
well, Hugon takes a few deep breaths and then kicks his halberd up into his hands, and kind of, he doesn't like point it at the tiefling, but like he swivels to the tiefling and
mask still on.
Yeah, mask on. So who are you?
Have you ever heard of Captain Eclectic and the Picnic Masquerade?
No.
Professor Progressive and the High Priest of the Narthex?
Let me stop you there. What I wanted was information. Who are you?
Well, you asked me who I was.
He's clearly a nice person. He kind of helped us out a lot.
I'm not mad at him. I just he stumbled out of something.
You sound a little annoyed. Just,
Doesn't he always?
This is his default state.
You hear that from the other room.
Doesn't he always?
Let's start over. I'm Hugon Valander. I'm a franchisee of Acquisitions Incorporated in Pinedale. That is Thunuk Gentletrunk, also a franchisee.
Nice to meet you.
The gnome is Drenma.
You're like, where's the gnome?
No, I don't care where the gnome is. I know the gnome's run off somewhere. Ohan and Lorelissa Fiedlerson are
colleagues.
No,
acquaintances.
People.
Wow.
Allies currently.
Okay.
Currently. So those are our names.
You can call me Eno.
I will call you Eno.
Hi, Eno.
And he waves at Thunuk. He says, are we in the library? He's looking around. Does he see books?
Here you would not see books. You see a ramp leading up to another floor. You see the door where Drenmai ran out, scampered off after the same one where the Steel Predator ran out. That's to the west. To the east, there is another door that is closed at the moment.
Yes, but we've only just gotten in. We've found some Dwergar. That thing that you, I guess, made run away.
What he's trying to say is we're in a hallway.
We're in a hallway in the library, and it's going to be probably this for the rest of the time we're here. Just getting attacked. And so I hope you're okay with that, because that's the reality of our situation.
While they're doing that, can I cast Blink? And you're just going to hear it pop from the room.
So what does Blink do?
I just transported myself to the ethereal plane. I want to see if I see the kitty.
Oh.
It randomly transitions you back and forth between the ethereal plane.
Oh, God. And that's so
You can't control it either. That's the funny thing.
It only lasts for a minute, so I'm fine with that.
Oh, wait,
like the DM rolls every round to see if you poof back into the material.
Oh, God.
Pretty much.
God. Let me see. Oh, this makes me so happy that you are just... You guys are making me so happy.
Sometimes gets a very one-tracked mind and itty.
No, okay. All right. So for the folks listening at home,
Blink.
This is a relatively uncommon. You don't usually see this or hear this, right?
No, I picked it because it's kind of chaotic.
It is right up her alley. All right. So roll a d20 at the end of each of your turns for the duration of the spell. For a roll of 11 or higher, you vanish from your current plane of existence and appear in the ethereal plane.
And I rolled a 16, so for that one.
Fails and the casting is wasted if you were already on the plane.
Yeah.
At the start of your next turn, when the spell ends, you're on the ethereal plane. You return to an unoccupied space of your choice that you can see within 10 feet of the space you ran from. If no unoccupied space is available within that range, you appear in the nearest unoccupied. While on the ethereal plane, you can see and hear the plane you originated from, which is
it's all in black and white.
Oh.
Yeah,
you basically go into Wraith mode.
Yeah, I turn into a Wraith.
God, this is so... God.
There is very few things in D&D that are scarier than a rogue with greater blink.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
There's a greater blink?
There's a greater blink.
Greater blink is a bitch.
Yeah.
Like it's hardcore.
That's like every attack is a sneak attack.
No, it legitimately is. Like, oh, poof, I'm here. Now I'm not. Poof, I'm here. Now I'm not.
You guys become the ghosts from the Matrix.
Or Nightcrawler.
There's a reason I chose Blink.
Oh my God. Can I just say, for the record, I have the best players.
I can combine Blink with Fly, and I'm basically a flying assassin.
It's a problem. Let's just say that. It's
a flying assassin Dren is just problematic.
So, in case my reaction has not made this clear, you could absolutely cast Blink. And so I guess the first thing is you need to roll a d20 to see.
Yeah, I rolled a 17, so I ended up in Ethereal Land.
Okay, so you wraith out for the moment.
Yeah. You probably just hear pop.
You hear the.
Yeah.
And so yeah, the plain material becomes this filled with shadows. And immediately in my head, I'm immediately thinking of Ring Wraith World.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you've put the ring on. But let's face it, Dren would immediately put the ring on.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Just go.
Yeah. I'd be there and I'd try to talk to the big eye in the sky.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
I'd be like, hi!
I see you too. You're really big and red.
You should. You're a freaking eye.
Yeah.
If you didn't, I'd be concerned. You look like you need Visine.
Yes.
Okay, so what are you doing in the ethereal plane?
Same thing that I was doing in the non.
Let's do another
search and look.
I think this would be almost strictly Arcana checks, though, right? Because you wouldn't necessarily be seeing anything with, like, a physical search wouldn't probably because the ethereal plane is by definition not physical. So yeah, another Arcana. Yeah, give me another Arcana check.
16.
Okay, so this room, in the ethereal plane, as in the material plane, has two hallways leading off of the north. One that slants off to the northwest, and one that's kind of like at northeast. And you see that there is like a trail, almost like an aroma trail from the Witcher series. We're diving deep today, guys.
I know.
That leads to the one that's northeast. It's kind of on the right hand side. You see, it's very faint. So it's like nothing had spent very much time there, as if it were like very hastily left behind.
100% following it.
Okay, so we'll have you follow. I'm gonna put a little, because by all means, let's split the party.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, and I'm sure it's been 6 seconds. Okay, I'm still in Ethereal Land.
Okay, so okay, we're gonna come back to the rest of the group here. You guys heard a pop from the other room. As you were talking here. What's your guys' plan here?
Well, we have an angry metal cat that is somewhere in this area and probably might come back. So Hugon is most likely content to get into the next room and like just settle in for a little bit. Just have a pause. Mm-hmm. Give Kohan a second to catch his breath. Introduce Eno to the other folks, or rather let them talk to Eno. Mm-hmm. And otherwise, just keep an eye out for that metal cat.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you guys go into the room. I'm knowing Hugon, you probably shut the door behind you to, always make sure that you have a way to go. So you're all kind of, so it's again the same thing. It's a 40 by 40 room. There's a spiral staircase leading up in the southwest corner. There are 2 routes at the north side of this room leading out. There is a hallway that, it's like a wide opening, a 20-foot opening, and one hallway slants up to the northwest. The other one is northeast.
Okay.
Dren is nowhere to be found in this room.
I'm not surprised, nor am I concerned. If she wants to run off, that's her business. She's 400 years old. I'm not her father.
Has that other hallway worth of Dwargard decided to check out what all that noise was about?
As of yet, no. There were, for whatever reason, the Dwargard did not.
They're region locked.
You're instanced.
And so, Dren, you continue down the hallway. Give me a D20 roll.
I failed. 7.
Okay. So you're still in the plane. You're still in the ethereal. No. This was for something different.
Oh, okay.
This is for something different. Don't worry. All right. Now give me a D6 roll.
D6.
Ooh.
Yeah.
1d6 phase spiders.
6.
The hell's a phase spider?
Oh, you don't know about phase spiders? Oh, you don't ever want to know about phase spiders.
Dude, most of the games I've ever played have topped off at level 5.
Yeah.
The only time you ever want to have a phase... Well, wait a minute. Philnick might want a phase spider, but the only time you want to eat one is you have blink dogs with you. That is the only time.
The only time you want to interact with a phase spider is if it's on your side.
Okay. Good to know.
They are intelligent, ethereal dwelling spiders
that is true.
that can change plane at will.
Okay.
They are horrifically poisonous and smart.
So, you catch up with your kitty.
Yes!
It is in, but you can tell it is in the material plane. It is not in the ethereal plane with you right now. But being that it is at the end of your turn, give me a D20 to see if we stay on the plane ethereal.
Okay. Shit, I do. Natural 20.
So
stop the kitty.
You're now a permanent resident of the ethereal plane.
You live there now.
Wait. Isn't Blink? Can't you dismiss Blink?
No, it's 1 minute.
Oh, so it's not the capital D in the parentheses?
No, it's not even a concentration, so I can't stop concentrating. It just is for a minute.
I could see how that could turn very poor.
Yeah.
So that is your 1. I'm keeping count here for how many rounds you've spent here. So that's come on, where are my numbers, Brian? What the hell? There we go. Okay, there we go. Okay. So yeah, you see this cat, your kitty creature that you would like to have as a friend, but you can't really interact with it, and it's kind of like it's starting to start now in this room that you're in. It's like a 20 by 20 room, and it's got a hallway leading off to the west, and it starts slinking off to the west. Crew, rest of Team X, and Eno, because we'll figure out how this whole dynamic works.
Yeah.
As we go. Yeah. What's the plan now?
Well, Hugon wants to figure out how Eno got here and what he's doing.
So you that what you asked?
Hugon, okay. Like not like corner him, but like just kind of.
Okay.
So how did this come about?
Brian, are you still wearing the mask?
Oh yeah, the mask is not coming off.
Okay.
And it's not because I think you're a threat. It's because that cat is still out there.
Right. Yeah. So Eno looks at you, and he doesn't seem to. It doesn't faze him at all that you're wearing a mask.
Sure.
He's seen a lot of stuff, and he says, "Well, I'm researching some books for a play that I'm trying to write, and I met a fellow that said that he knew of a library where I could find some old books." And the next thing I knew, I was here. I've never traveled in this manner before, and I hope to never travel in this manner again, to be perfectly honest. And he says, "Are you okay? Are you feeling okay?" Okay.
I'm angry.
Okay.
But like that's pretty normal these days.
Okay.
I'm just
So Eno will
Magic
walk over.
makes me nervous.
I see.
Not so much that I don't like magic. Magic's very useful.
Okay.
But magic is also very, or at least the magic that I'm familiar with, and he like pointedly looks at Thunuk and like gestures off into space. The magic that I'm familiar with, like just to indicate Drinmine, you probably would not be able to determine that that's what he was meaning. He just does a vague gesture.
His arm like
just
that.
Somewhere out there is enormously chaotic and hard to endure.
Unpredictable.
Yeah, that's a good word.
I try to only practice magic that I can understand and fits within a musical structure. And for me, music and magic are the same. And
I've known some chancers in the service. It's they're good to have around.
So, and as he's talking, he moves over to was it Cohen?
Cohen, yeah.
And he puts his hand out as if to touch him and to ask. He's kind of mentally asking, "Is it okay if I touch you?" But he's not touching him yet. But he's like,
yeah.
He's kind of like, "May I?"
Yeah, and he like gives a nod.
Okay.
A gruff.
I'm gonna cast Enhance Ability on him, and I'm gonna give him 2d8 temporary hit points.
Whoa!
Nice.
All right,
that's really cool.
8.
So that's a second. I'm casting.
Oh God! Second level. Oh well, I'm gonna take that.
Are you rolling for it?
Yeah, I just rolled for it. Okay, so we're gonna add on 14 more hit points.
That's pretty cool.
Is it just 2d8 or is it 2d8 plus spell?
I'm sorry. Did I say
modifier?
it's 2d? It's 2d6. Did
I
say 2d8?
Oh, 2d6.
But is that plus spell modifier? Or just die?
It's just 2d6.
Oh, okay.
That's still pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
He's still not at full, but he's looking a little bit better. He took. You're not quite. You're picking up. There's still a vague burnt pork type smell to him. Like bacon that's just
burnt leather and pork.
Yeah, it's just bacon that's been on the grill hair too long. And there's still, you can see there's like some scorch. So he's got right now. You can see he's getting those scorch marks that looks like the electricity. But it's like going across his back and through his arm to where he holds his axe, left over from the lightning strike.
So Eno looks over to Thunuk and says, "Do you practice medicine?"
Yes, I do.
Here is a good candidate.
That is true. Yes. And Thunuk will also cast something, but it's sort of. He walks over there, gives him a couple of pats on the back. It's like, you should feel better now. Come on. It's like, but you're like, get up already. Sort of like, come on. But he's too gentle for that. He's too nice to be saying things like that. But anyone else would probably be like, come on, get up. But since
it's like when you pulled the spear out of my guts that one time.
Yeah, it's just very like, they're there. Everything's going to be better. But since he's so big, their pats are actually more like trying to get him to cough something up almost.
Like burping a giant baby.
Yeah, pretty precisely. And we're going to cast Cure Wounds on him.
Oh, right. And so what does that do?
1d8 plus spellcasting modifier.
All right, cool.
At level 1. 11.
11.
Wow.
Okay, so that
nice.
brings him up to...
That is my spellcasting modifier.
He's looking a lot better.
I'm correcting myself. That's my spell attack. My spellcasting modifier is 4, so he gets 8, not 11.
8. He's still looking better. hang on, 8 is that. Okay. Yeah, he's definitely looking better. The color is starting to return to his face a little bit more. He's breathing a little bit easier. But the scars are still there. I think that, they
Those
look
probably
like,
aren't going away.
Yeah. Drenmai, you followed the kitty down the hallway, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Give me, this is not for your ethereal plane check. This is for your, just give me a D20.
Okay.
Or excuse me. No. Give me a D6.
D6. 1.
Reroll.
5.
So you follow your kitty into this next room, and it is this large 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 foot across round room. Wall-to-wall books. And you can see there's a break in the bookcases where there is a staircase that spirals up to the next level, and then nothing but bookcases. And the same thing, there's this, so the staircase, and it goes up pretty much as far as you can see. It's like this cylindrical room. There is a door off to the northeast side, and a door to the northwest, and a door to the southwest of this room. You're coming in through the southeast door. Okay. But just wall to wall books. But as you come in there, the kitty wanders in, and it stops, and it goes back down into its predatory stance. And you see some more Dwergar in there. You see you see 2 Dwergar, and then you see another one of these constructs, but this one is different. It looks similar to the one you saw before, where it has like the 4 legs, and it has kind of like this praying mantis look to it, but attached to the sides are these enormous pistons that have these it looks like at the end of the piston, it almost looks like a meat tenderizer on the end of it.
Okay.
Give me now, check for your ethereal plane.
F
3.
Oh no.
You pop back in, and hang on a second.
With a boop.
Okay. And
everyone sees it.
And ooh. Okay. One of the Dwergar, none of the Steel Predator doesn't notice you. The other ones don't notice, but one of the Dwergar just happened to be looking right at the spot where you pop back in. And a blade just all of a sudden pops into existence in his hand.
Okay.
God, I hate Dwergar so much.
Hey, folks, we're going to take our break. We're at the halfway point. It is time for us to take our break. So now seems to be an excellent time to do so.
And on that note, you don't get to know what happens. The poor podcast people have to wait, how many days?
No, they don't have to wait at all.
Cool.
They get it right away. So for the podcast people, though, in the middle, this is where we will actually get a word from our sponsors, because we have sponsors now.
A sponsor. It's
so
Tux people, aren't they?
Right now, it is the Black Tux. And another day, it could be something else, because they could listen to this at a later date. They could be a completely different.
Like, we don't want them associated with our brand.
But I would say, please take a chance. If you do hear one of our sponsors, please take a chance. At least go to their website, check them out, whoever it happens to be, because that is one of the few ways that we help keep the lights on around here. Believe me, none of us are getting rich about this. We've made a whole 6 cents so far, as of today.
But we're having fun with it.
But please, by all means, this is how you can support smaller streamers and smaller podcasters, is by making sure that our ads actually get served. And who knows, you might actually like the service that they offer. But for the folks that are watching us on Twitch Live, we'll be back in about 10 minutes. For the folks that are watching us on podcasts or listen to us on podcasts, we'll be back in about 2 minutes. The rest of you folks will be back in about 5. We will see you all very, very soon. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to TMX, where TMX tries to domesticate metal constructs.
No, one person, 25% of Team X tries to domesticate a planar cat made of metal.
Is this an actual cat or is this a construct?
It's an actual creature. It's an animal.
It's a creature.
Well,
I look at it as, well, Dren would look at it that it's like made up a bunch of metals.
Right. None of us have ever seen it before.
Right.
We don't know about it.
Here,
to her, it's a construct.
This is what I need to do. I need this because we're about to get into some shit here. We're about to.
I
Yeah.
mean, like, has this not already? I am. Have we not already been adjacent?
Where is the? That's what I need. It's my new way of tracking initiative. Which I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure it's working. We'll talk about it in table talk. Because yes, we are in fact doing table talk today.
Yeah.
Okay. Anywho, no, I need this. Okay. So where we left things. Sorry, guys, I was not very efficient with my use of the break time. Where we left things. Dren was the party was getting to know each other a little bit as people.
All about you.
Stop.
Copyright.
We've established that this is a non-singing stream.
Oh no!
Several occasions.
My Team X musical will happen at some point.
Team X the musical. Except that all of Hugon's stuff will be like.
No, Hugon will be like, I leave.
Icelandic death metal.
You need to know all about. No.
Shut up.
Shut up.
He wanders to where the instruments are playing and kicks them over. Stop.
So
no music here.
Eno had stumbled out of a weird shadow transportation method that we've never seen before in a program like this, and was helped scare away the bad kitty, who was about to take it to the team there. Dren immediately blinked away and started tracking the mean kitty through the complex here, and eventually came into a very large silo-like room filled with books, and there's tables for study and all that. But upon entering this room, she did catch up with Bad Kitty, but also ended up wandering into this room that had some Dwergar or two Dwergar in one of their constructs. And at that moment, the chaotic nature of her blink spell had her blink back into existence. And you know that this is legit because I didn't roll the dice. Yep. This wasn't the dungeon master being like, and you conveniently appear in front of all the enemies. No. This was the player. I let her decide her own fate in many ways. But she blinked into existence, and one of them noticed her. Which means, my friends, in this moment, we roll for initiative.
Everyone or just me?
Well, not them, because they...
we don't know what the fuck you are.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you know what? Why don't we do that just in case you guys do decide to wander in? I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen, but should
Hugon's gonna give a shit if I'm in danger?
No, but I think he'll know that there's a fight.
That's true.
Someone's fighting without me. This cannot have begun.
I sense it.
You have the hordes person's bag, and we need it.
That's true. I have all the good shit.
All right, so Dren, what number do you have there?
Oh, I didn't even roll. Hold on. 15.
15. Okay. Hugon.
18.
18. Okay. Thunic.
1.
It's on brand.
It's on brand.
It's on brand. Eno.
8.
We don't know if that's on brand or not yet. We're gonna find out.
We're gonna find out.
It's okay. We're gonna take the time to explore.
We need this is like
my dice rolling habits.
Yeah, this is like the third or fourth roll he's made with us.
Yeah, there's a lot of layers that we need to uncover here. There's a lot of space to explore here.
Nice.
Man, I tell you what, Kohan rolls like a motherfucker when he doesn't need to. All right, it's nice and simple here. Okay, that's an 8. Wow, you guys suck. Or is it this red dye that I've put back into? Oh, here we go. Okay, so let me get this. So let me get this into order first, because this is where the math comes in.
I need my Child's Play die. That one was rolling really good for me yesterday.
There we go. Okay.
I'm gonna go get me my die.
Okay, there we have it. Okay, so we're not there, not there, not there. Okay, Dren, you are actually at the top of this order. So, what is it that you do?
I rolled an 18 though.
Okay, so
but you're not there yet.
Oh, you're right. Okay, all right.
I'm
thinking of the actual number order. I was like, but wait a minute.
No, you don't matter. Shut up.
Now that's not play nice.
or don't.
Or don't.
That would not be on brand.
You know where we're at.
I'm not offended.
So immediately, like, everything it was black and gray, and then when I pop back in, it's all like in full color. So it's like,
but it's even like super saturated, like Technicolor, like because your eyes have to adjust, right? So in that moment, it's like,
pretty.
It might change in 6 seconds. I don't know. This lasts for a minute. I have to do this every 6 seconds. It could just be a temporary condition.
We'll find out.
But immediately that I blink back in, because that's where the kitty is, right? He's in normal play now.
Yeah.
Immediately cast suggestion.
Oh, okay. Man, someone got into their spell book there.
To get to the kitty.
Suggestion.
Okay. Suggestion. Suggestion. So how does suggestion work?
You need to make wisdom save.
Okay. And what's my target on that?
Opening this, I think it's 15.
15.
Please, kitty. Please, kitty. Please, kitty.
Like, I don't remember what suggestion does in 5th edition.
Well, we're about to find out because
fails.
The kitty did not make its saving throw.
Yes. I immediately run up to the kitty, like super quick, because for some reason I'm really quick, and I'm gonna whisper at it because I only have to do it in a sentence or two. You are going to listen to every command I give and obey it for 8 hours. And then it's under my spell, and it has to do everything that I say for 8 hours.
Oh my god.
Is that how suggestion works?
You have to give it a 1 or 2 thing. I have to concentrate, and it lasts up to 8 hours.
Okay, so it's concentration.
It's a concentration, so I can't do any other concentration things. But because the
damage,
command I get it,
and
that
if you take damage, if you take damage, you'll have to do.
None of my friends can hurt it. It just has to be my team, from what I'm understanding. Yeah, my companions damage it. So none of my friends can hurt it.
Okay.
I'm going to tell them.
But if you take damage, if you yourself take damage, you need to roll to say if you keep your concentration or if it breaks.
No. As long as I don't do another concentration spell, I'm fine. I just can't concentrate on more than one thing.
Well, that's kind of on brand. And you hear...
Friend had a plan to get the kitty.
You hear like this metallic purr. It sounds like ball bearings kind of like rolling, gently through. It sounds very much like this. But constant, so okay. You have cast suggestion on the kitty.
I immediately climb on top of it. I have my mount.
Okay.
If now it had ears.
Now roll a d20.
Okay. 18.
You are back in the ethereal plane.
Sweet.
So that means you immediately fall off of the steel kitty. Because you're like, you get on it and then you're like standing in it.
Yeah.
In its space. Okay. All right. Now the one that noticed you, and it had this blade kind of snap into existence in its hand, is very confused at the moment, but starts to move in on the on the kitty here, and it is going to attack it, or it's going to attempt to attack it at any rate. It is going to fail in that attack. So it comes up, the Dwergar comes up and takes a swipe at it, and it just the kitty just sort of deftly, it just kind of shifts. Not even like a full like jump out of the way. It's more like it just, just enough out of the way, and the thing just zings right on by. So it misses. Yeah, I'm going through the initiative order. We'll get that in a second here. Because everyone else is in the other room. We'll get to you guys in a second. There hasn't been enough combat. There hasn't been any like combat yet to like draw anyone's attention. So,
Nope.
But we are at the Steel Predator's turn now. Because Dren, you're not there now. You're not there to give him a suggestion.
No.
But he sees prey in front of him.
Yeah. Whatever his like natural instincts would be, that's what he'd be doing until I give him a command.
Prey. So he gets 3 attacks.
Sweet.
He gets 1 bite and 2 claw. So he's going to go after this Dwergar that was right in front of him. And okay, so we're going to do that. Actually, no, I'll have you roll for this, seeing as how we're going to make this a little bit easier on me.
Okay, what do I need to roll?
So we're going to do D20.
Okay.
And the first one is going to be his bite attack.
18.
That hits.
Okay.
So we'll do all this in a second. And then you're going to get 2 more D20s for the claw attacks.
An 8.
No.
And a 16.
Yes. So you're going to do 1d6 plus 4 and 1d8 plus 4 damage.
Okay, d6 plus 4, 5, and then a d8 plus 4.
Yeah.
7.
7. Hey, Brian, it's the wrong direction. There you go. So as this Dwergar attacks Kitty moves out of the way, and then almost in a flash, it's almost like you don't even see the attack. It's almost like just a flash of steel, like real quick, and practically guts this thing. I mean, there's just blood streaming down the face. It just easily moves its claws through the armor and just drags a trench with its claws across across the Dwergar's abdomen. And that will be Kitty's turn. And that thing, and the Dwergar, of course, yells out in pain. The folks that are in the other room, everybody give me a perception check.
Okay.
Perception. 13.
What was it?
13.
13?
15.
15.
Okay. It's a 16.
16. Hugon and Thonic, you think you hear something, but you're not too sure.
Mm-hmm.
But Eno and Hugon, you guys definitely hear something scream out in pain.
Did it sound like Dren?
It did not sound like Dren, no.
Does Hugon care?
But you hear but it is I don't want to say human, it is humanoid that you hear. It's not like a creature's sound, it is the sound of a humanoid voice yelling out in pain.
Hugon gives a heavy sigh and shakes his head and just proceeds to the sound.
Okay.
Come on.
What was that? What
just follow me. Dren's gotten into some trouble probably.
Oh no. We have to go save Dren. She's tiny.
Yeah, we kind of have
She's very
to.
small. Okay.
And Kohan like lurches to his feet, like uses his battle axe and like brings himself up to his feet and
Hugon turns around, he's like, "You want to sit this one out?"
Never.
Your funeral.
Gotta go sometime. Back to the action.
My turn?
Huh?
Is it my turn?
No, not yet.
Damn.
Now one of the other Dwergar is going to come over, and as he starts walking over towards the Steel Predator, he hears like this guttural muttering under his breath. It's like moosh, like this kind of like.
Consider a dark dwarven.
Yeah, exactly. Imagine a dark dwarvish, and immediately starts growing in size.
Oh, that's right.
Starts filling up in size, and this thing immediately gets within seconds is close to like 12 feet tall and just enormous, and the equipment is just huge, and it's stomping its way over towards the steel predator. Now the construct starts working its way over, and this one's moving much more heavily. It doesn't look as light on its feet as the other one that you would come into, and it comes up on top of the steel predator as well, and makes. Does it make one attack or two attacks? Hang on, we're going to consult the good old.
It makes 1 plus 2's attacks.
It makes 1 plus 2 attacks. It does. Yes. Okay, so you can see now that on the one side is this thing that looks like it has a meat cleaver on the end of a piston, and on the other side it has what looks to be an extendable claw, almost like one of those ones that you find in the claw machines, but not nearly as like wiggly. It actually like comes out.
So it looks effective, and it looks like it could act like a claw.
It can actually do what it
actually claw things.
So
it can grasp.
Okay, and 12 plus 5. Okay, so the hammer, it goes to grapple. It goes to attack and grapple the steel predator, and the steel predator it grabs it, and the steel predator just wrenches its way out of it, and then the hammer piston fires. You're just and it fires forward, and it hits the steel predator directly between the eyes, and the steel predator does not flinch. It stops it. The predator did not even move. It was like it just stopped dead.
If this were an anime, it would have slid backward just like a couple inches.
just a little bit. Just a little bit more. And I'm just making one more check here because okay. All right, that's what I needed to know. Anyway, so that was that construct's turn. Thunuk.
Wait, it's going to take them longer than 6 seconds to get to where I am.
You're not there yet.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, absolutely.
I was about to say, there's no way.
Well, for one, I'm walking.
We'll get there. So,
I'm not in a hurry.
Dren, it is up to your turn here.
Okay. Let's see.
Actually, can I say that if it takes us up to a minute to walk there, can I have done a thing?
Sure, you can absolutely say you've done a thing.
Okay, I will bless Eno, Hugon, and
really?
And Kohan. Thank you. So everyone gets a D4 to attack and saving throws. They may add a D4.
Very good.
Thank you.
So what would the nature of this blessing look like?
Oh wait, no, never mind. Duration is 1 minute, not casting time. So never mind.
Oh, okay. You're gonna hold on to that.
Okay.
Keep that in your pocket.
Yeah.
Dren.
I popped back into existence because I rolled a 3.
Okay, Dren is back into the ethereal plane. You're back riding your mount.
Yeah, I'm actually because it when I go back into the planes, it just transports me to like the closest non-occupied space. So imagine that I'm under the kitty.
Okay.
Because I just kind of under.
Yeah, they are pretty big. The thing is that we haven't mentioned that this kitty is probably about the size of a horse.
Yeah, it's a Percheron kitty.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's big kitty, so I'm probably under it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna cast Shatter.
Oh,
so,
did you blink back?
Yeah, I'm back into normal plane.
I couldn't keep the dice roll straight.
I know.
It's okay. So what is? Oh, okay. Shatter.
It's a huge, loud, ringing noise, literally painfully intense.
And is this like on a single target or is it on multiple targets?
It's any creature in a 10-foot radius sphere where I center it. So if I can get all of them into the 10-foot point, I'm going to cast it wherever I can get the most bad guys.
I think that's reasonable.
Okay.
So what do they have to make a save on this? Or
yeah, it's a con save.
Con save. All right. So
and that's
okay.
well, that's a 19. I have very big con.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, so they have to hit 19 on this?
Yeah.
No. They have to hit your spell casting.
Oh wait. Okay, so 16. So...
I gotta say, Jesus Christ. All right, so we're gonna start with the one that just got big.
And I mean
no. And now we're gonna go to the one that has the blade that it made form in its hand. Yes, that one makes the save. And now we're gonna use the construct. No.
Oh, and can I just say that if they're made of stone, crystal, or metal, they have disadvantage on it.
Well, it's not going to get much worse than that. Yep. Yeah, it doesn't. And then we have the kitty.
No, kitty's not in the thing.
Oh, you got okay. So you got it. So the kitty.
I'm not going to hit my kitty. He is mine now.
My kitty.
Not my kitty.
He's your kitty for 8 hours, and then he's going to be like, "What the fuck?"
Because in reality, is any cat really anyone's cat?
Because
No.
like, in
or is it more
reality,
like it's human?
Suggestion doesn't make it your friend. It knows
it does
that
for 8 hours.
Right, but afterward,
I don't care about afterwards.
All right.
well, I care because it's going to be around us.
What's the damage here?
19.
19. All right. Wait. It does 19 damage?
To everything.
Jesus Christ.
And then if they saved, it's half.
Okay, so the first one.
And all of my friends can hear it because it's the loudest.
Oh yeah, Shatter's loud as hell.
Yeah.
It's like
So
that
if you-
seismic charge from the Clone Wars
Exactly.
going off.
Okay,
So if you didn't hear the screaming before, you definitely heard the shatter.
Oh my god. Okay, so. Oh.
And then as like my bonus action, I'm gonna whisper to the kitty to protect me and my friends and not attack them or me.
All right. This is
as its current command.
And then this guy is Jesus Christ. Minus 19 to 13.
Because I told it to listen to everything I say for 8 hours. Loopholes.
So smart. Okay. So the one with the blade in its hand, it basically mouth opens in this grimace, hands go to the ears, and just like it starts like just shaking and quivering and like he's almost having a seizure, but like at a super, super high rate. And then it just blood just starts pouring out of his nose and his eyes and his mouth and his ears. And he just without making a sound, just thud. And
you found the systemic vibration of a Dwergar.
Apparently with that one, you found the resonant frequency required for that. The other one takes the one that's big, you can see is in a lot of pain, and is not looking healthy by any stretch of the imagination.
It is thunder damage, so if they are by chance weak to it, it is thunder damage.
The construct itself, you can see, you've seen it happen when a machine has been unbalanced, when you've been running a machine and it just shakes.
Experienced that earlier today.
But yeah, where it shakes violently. You hear like it sounds like some gears might have started grinding on each other, and it sounds like maybe hoses have had holes burst into them, and it's not looking good. But it is still up. It is still running. And then you made your little whisper to your guy.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So now the big guy is now going to take another swing at the kitty here.
Kitty!
Okay.
Mr. Kitty.
Mr. Kitty. And he's not able to hit the cat. Again, now he's moving a little bit slower. He's, gotten all big, and blowing himself up. And he's still kind of like holding one hand to his ear. The absolute worst earache ever. And we've all had that. where you would like nothing more than to stick an ice pick in your ear and relieve the pressure. That's kind of how his brain feels right now. Eno, is there anything you would like to do on your turn as you guys start making your way up to this room?
Okay, so we're not there yet then.
Not yet. You guys will be there next the next go round.
Okay. So Eno would kind of touch Hugon and Thunuk and do enhance ability at 3rd level, which blows all the rest of my 3rd level slots, which are 2. So you get 2d6 temporary hit points.
Oh.
So what do you think? What do we think this might feel like as this is happening?
Now, is this everybody?
Just you and Thunuk.
Okay.
Yeah, so I already gave it to Cohen.
Right. Okay, I understand.
It's
Okay,
the same spell.
I didn't know. I thought you were like just stacking and stacking and stacking. And I was
No,
like,
you
awesome.
can only do it once per person.
Okay. I thought that was like I thought that was way cooler. Than it really, if you could continuously stack
No,
2d6s
that would be way
awesome.
too OP. Do they roll their own 2d6 to see how many temporary hit points they have, or do I roll for it?
I'd say for the sake of expediency, let's have them roll.
Okay, cool.
And making you constantly just roll dice. I trust your rolls implicitly. Do not worry about that.
15.
This many points.
Okay.
I got 5.
Hey, it's 5 more you didn't have yesterday.
So those hit points are there until they get knocked off, and then you would start taking normal damage. So they're like on top of your normal hit points.
It's like a heal shield, basically.
Yeah, it's like a shell. Yeah. So he says,
Hale and Hardy.
Yeah, he's like, "Good luck," and then he just keeps walking.
But somehow the words ring true with you that he actually meant the words "good luck," and you feel better. You just feel more like you like almost like you're getting like a runner's high.
Oh, okay.
Even though you're walking at a brisk pace. Those endorphins have kicked in now. So back in our pool of action here in the library of destruction. Now the steel predator, the kitty, is going to make.
I've named him Sir Silvertone.
Sir Silvertone?
Don't name it. You get attached. Don't do that.
He's named.
Sir Silvertone. Okay, so Silvertone is going to take some attacks here at Big Boy, at the big Dwergar in front of him. Let me pull up his card here. I'm finding a flaw in my plan. Here we go. I got to work on this better. Anyways, do it more gooder, Brian. All right, here we go. So attack number 1 is going to be his bite. No, the bite misses. 13 plus 6. Yeah, that hits. 1 claw hits. Does it? Yes, because I can do math. That does not. So only one of its claw attacks actually hits this time. The Dwergar is able to shrug off most of it, and it's in its enlarged state. He's able to kind of just like block and not kind of ignore, shrug off some of the damage here. No, that was the wrong dice, Brian. Use this one. Oh God, that was trash. 5. Does 5 points of damage, but this guy is already not doing well. This has not been his best day. He's had much better days. This has been like the worst birthday ever.
This was a bad Christmas.
Because the bad kitty just Sir Silvertone takes a swipe at his shin and gets him right on the bone.
Oh,
gets him right
just
on
like,
the bone. With that precious claw, just is able to just hooks it right on there and just gets a little chunk out of there. And now the construct is going to try to take a little shot at.
Construct's going to try and be worth a damn because it sounds like it's having some troubles with that.
It is having some troubles here. So first, it's gonna lurch out with its claw again, and do nothing. No, just barely. The hammer just barely misses. It leaves like a little glint on the side of Sir Silvertone. Not enough to do any damage, but is ever so close. The Sir Silvertone is moving around too much as a cat does. It's kind of like, bobbing and weaving and not letting anything settle into place. Thunuk, you coming down this hallway. You see Dren riding the cat. You see a Dwergar similar to what you saw before. The armor is a little different. The weaponry is a little bit different, but this time standing approximately, almost 12 feet tall. So taller than you. Definitely taller than you. Big.
And it's still basically dwarf stocky, so it's like...
It's also wide.
Yeah, it's big and wide.
He's literally the size of a barn door.
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
Yes. And then you see one of these constructs similar to the one it was before, but instead of like the pointed nose on it, it now has more of a blunted face, and it has the claw on one side, and it has the piston hammer on the other. And they're both trying to take it out of Mr. Kitty. There, at her Sir Silvertone.
Sir Silvertone.
Say his name.
Let me actually check my spells here real quick, because the holy weapon actually disappears after a minute, so a spiritual weapon. So it's gone. It fizzled. Do I want to try again?
It's a quality spell.
It is an okay to good spell, yeah. You know what? I'm going to do it again.
Why not?
Yeah.
You liked it the first time. We're bringing it back.
Listen, there's a reason why you have to, why the stones have to play Sympathy for the Devil. You go with the hits, man.
The Thunuk is going to do say a quiet prayer to the four, and as he does, basically a whoosh of what look like falling leaves and pebbles flying across the ground coalesce into a hammer. And
an angry hammer.
An angry hammer.
Which one of these bad boys are you going to take a shot at here?
I'm going to go after the biggest, scariest thing here, because Thunuk is not used to having anything is bigger than Thunuk is either a friend or really not a friend. Nothing in between. Actually, no, not this one. This one has failed me. Child's Play die has always done well. Not this time.
Until now.
13.
Until now.
13 to hit.
A 13 to hit. No, it is not good enough.
Okay.
So in the melee, it forms, and you try to direct it to swing, but it's right as the Dwergar like moves, because it just got slashed in the shin by the kitty, so it like moved that leg, and it was right where.
Oh, so yeah, it was like, it looks like it was about to hit, and then slash, and it goes. Oh,
yeah, just
dodge a little bit.
Missed it by that much.
That was my bonus action, by the way.
Okay. What is your action?
My action is guiding bolt at level 2.
Oh.
Damn,
thing,
son.
Right? Going after the same.
Yeah.
Throwing down the hurt.
Okay.
No, actually, that would be my last level 2, so make it level 1.
Okay.
Ooh, 21.
Ugh.
That hits.
All right, and guiding bolt is 4d6.
And advantage conferred on the next. Oh, is it the next attack or for the duration?
I don't remember. Let me double check. Guided bolt. On a hit, 46 radiant damage. I'm not sure if that matters. Next attack roll any attack roll made against this target before the end of my next turn has advantage, thanks to the mystical dim light glittering on the target.
Hummingbird.
It
nice.
sparkles.
Mystical dim light from the mystical dim Fearbulg.
So a pissed off, burning bright hummingbird with a needlepoint nose goes flying towards it and does 13 damage.
Nice.
All right.
Angry little grumpy bird.
Yeah.
So,
Hummingbird.
how do you want to do this? He's dead. So
he's dead?
How does this go? How does this go?
It goes flying towards it with its little radiance, and doesn't stop.
You almost tripled his the amount of damage. Your damage was almost triple the number of hit points he had left.
All right, so
it's a railgun.
Yeah, it's pretty much a railgun. It touches a spot, but instead of piercing, it basically causes a concave effect that continues through the dwarf.
It's a shaped charge hummingbird.
It's a shaped charge hummingbird. It continues through the dwarf, and basically now there's a hole the size of the dwarf's head in its chest.
Dear God.
Oh, those recoilless hummingbird rockets. God, they're such bastards.
And I almost see as it's going through the air, I see like the trail, the light trail behind it, but then like circles around that because it just went so it's almost like displacing the light around it. You know,
at first it's like little glittering trail like normally when I fire it, but then it's like glitter,
and it makes so the impact hits, and there's like a delay between the hit and the formation of this crater in its chest and the actual sound of the impact. Even though you only did this from about 30 feet away, it was like that
relativistic hummingbird,
and blows out the back, and there's just nothing but like, well, there's actually nothing because it cauterized it on the way through. It's just a big gaping cauterized hole, a la Predator plasma cannon.
Oh wow!
And it just teeters over backwards and just hits the ground with a very loud thud.
It's a good time.
Good times. Hugon.
Well,
so now all that's left is Dren riding a cat the size of a horse.
Dren waves.
I got him.
Look, he's friendly now.
And the construct.
Oh.
Scritch behind the ear.
But it's more like it's metal.
Screech.
Does it look like they need help?
Do a insight.
Okay.
Perception or insight. I think this could go either way.
Well, there's still that other construct, isn't there?
Yeah, there's that, but
okay.
You can't see it if he gives a damn.
Oh, good point.
This is the try Hugon's patience adventure.
Which is to say, it's Sunday.
It's 15 on the die.
No, it looks like Dren has it pretty well in hand. You can see that the construct is not moving as well as you would expect it to. You can detect like there's almost like a limp to it. It shudders as it moves. It's not moving smoothly. This is not a well-built machine anymore. Maybe it was at one time. So it's looking pretty ragged at this.
Okay, well I'm just gonna charge the thing.
Okay. Do that. Charge the thing.
I charge the thing.
I do the thing where I charge.
I do the thing where I charge, and then I try to hit it
with the thing.
With the other thing. Okay, that is a. Well, oh wait, I have advantage. Ha ha. Right.
Or was it a plus D4?
No, I shut the.
Yeah, you shut
the other thing. Yeah.
Sorry.
So
I have 12.
What'd you get? 12. It is not enough.
Not enough.
So you're able to like get a hit on it because it's a construct, but
But my heart's not in it. It's just.
Yeah, and
God
you kind of like
damn it! What did she do?
It's more like the equivalent of kicking the side of a trash can. You know, it's like you didn't really do much to it.
It felt good.
You feel better.
I feel a little bit better.
Yeah, because you hit something, right. and it made a nice like resonant sound.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as it hit. Let's come here.
I have a bonus action.
What's your
I'll try again.
He shrugs as a bonus action.
I just like that he runs up, kicks it. It doesn't do it. You failed again. Runs up, kicks it again.
No, it's like he's just.
More of a herring type move. It's not meant to. Yeah.
He's frustrated.
What was it this time?
Oh, I failed.
Oh, okay.
I missed.
You missed.
I did not hit.
So it's your same thing. You're just like fucking machine, just
fucking gnomes, fucking.
I don't even get to kill anything.
It's not even that. It's
magical bullshit.
Yeah. All right, Dren. Give me that D20.
Okay, do I blink out? Oh, I'm still here. Cool.
Still here. Okay.
So I guess with the one guy that's left, I'm just gonna cast Firebolt at him. It's just a
Firebolt or Fireball?
Firebolt.
Okay. I was gonna say in the library.
No. I'm trying to not burn everything down this time. Does a 15 hit?
It was worth asking. Does a 15 hit?
It was definitely worth asking.
No.
No.
So your firebolt just kind of gets absorbed into the metal.
I was like, oh look, Hugon's doing it. I should do it too. Nothing.
See, I want to make you feel better.
I make him slightly warm.
Yeah, it's warm to the touch now. Not even hot. It's not even hot to the touch, just warm.
Like, oh, are we not supposed to kill it? Okay, poof, warm.
Eno.
I'd like to point out that I neglected to mention that the enhanceability that I cast earlier on the 3 comrades was Bear's Endurance. So you also have advantage on Constitution checks for an hour.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
1 hour,
cool.
yeah. And the temporary hit points last for an hour until they get knocked off.
Cool.
Okay.
So
Cool.
Clarify
I like it. I like it.
I wonder if there's like a temporary hit point hangover.
Hey, you're the
You come down like, whoa, jeez,
Like,
I'm so tired.
I feel so weak.
I feel like ass.
I feel so awful right now. I just want to.
Oh wait, no, this is a normal hangover. Okay.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I look at it. So now we've got a construct that's being ridden by a gnome, which I've never seen her before. This is the first time I've seen her.
Seeing Dren, yes.
And I know that they're not attacking that one. So I'm going to look at the other construct, right? That's the only other thing that's left.
It is, yes.
Okay. And I'm going to look at the other construct. I'm going to say, if laughter was the best medicine, your face must be curing the world. And that construct has to make a wisdom 15 saving throw. That's vicious mockery.
That's amazing.
To make a wisdom saving throw against.
Yeah, make it. Yeah, wisdom saving throw.
Wow. Oh, geez, and wisdom is not a good stat for this thing.
Excellent.
What does it need to get?
15.
No,
it does not.
No.
So what are the?
No.
It now has disadvantage on its next attack roll.
Okay.
Before the end of its next turn, and it's going to take 2d4 psychic damage.
Oh my god! Yeah, it does.
And it's I can't read it. That's 2. It takes 2 damage. 2 ones.
Listen, but it's got to think. It's thinking about its life's choices up to this point, and you're not sure, but you're pretty sure that you heard maybe like a bit of a sob come from the inside.
He doesn't care.
Yeah, Eno's like, don't care.
No, I was trying to do that. Like that was the goal.
That was the intent.
Is to make you feel bad about your life.
And yeah, that's all he's gonna do. He's gonna hang out.
Okay. Because listen, that's vicious mockery. So it is now Sir Silvertone's.
Yes.
I almost said Sir Silvertide, which is the band. And
no, Sir Silvertone.
Sir Silvertone. It is now Sir Silvertone's turn. So Dren, would you give me 3 d20s, 1 for his bite and 2 for his claw?
13.
13.
I don't know what his addeds are.
13. Hang on. Yes, that hits. Okay, the bite hits.
19.
Yes, definitely.
And an 11.
Yes, they all hit. All 3 hit. So for the bite, you're going to do 1d6 plus 4. And each of the claw attacks does 1d8 plus 4.
Okay, so that's a 7.
Okay.
A 9.
Okay.
And a 6.
All right. All right. So that is way more hit points than it has. So how do you think how does Sir Silvertone handle this particular situation.
He do a pounce.
Like you see when like big cats stalk their prey, he's kind of like creeping in, is like, oh, I sense the weak prey, and he goes and he pounces and he chews on him, and he's like got him by whatever like kind of jugular that he has, and he takes like a couple swipes at him, like dig, you're dead.
It's terrifying and adorable all at the same time.
Exactly.
Adorable doesn't enter into this equation until that we can like build a rapport with this creature. Like,
and I'm just riding on top. Like,
yeah, this is a problem until like we can make sure it's permanently our friend.
So yeah, it's this thing. It does just that. Sir Silvertone gets at whatever the jugular might be on this thing, sinks those awful piranha teeth directly in it, and it just goes right into the metal, just sinks right on in, and it gets in there and it starts digging right at the belly of this thing and just carves deep into the chassis here, and you can see there's actually now blood coming out of it, out of the chassis, and the thing is on the ground, and it's now just standing there with like the whole machine has now gone limp. There's like a giant release of almost like not arcane energy, but some kind of like magical discharge.
Is it the same one that I felt before?
Yeah, and it's just hanging there limp with it in. So it's kind of like when the lion has the antelope in its mouth and it's just holding it by the neck, and the rest, and it's just like
it grabs it and then it bites a little harder and then it goes limp.
Yeah, and yeah, the things, and that's how. So now this contract is just limp in the kitty's mouth.
Okay, we need to stop calling it a kitty.
Good kitty.
No, it's not a kitty. It's a horrifying creature.
But Dren really likes it.
Dren, give me another D20.
Oh shit, am I gonna blink out? Please stay in. Please stay in. Please stay in. I stay in. Okay.
Okay.
I have to do this for like another 30 seconds.
You've got 2 more of these.
2 more? Okay, whew.
So you've got 6 seconds to do whatever it is that you need to do before we're going to roll this again.
Well, we're out of combat, right?
We're out of combat, yes.
So I'm going to tell the kitty to go over to my friends and lay down, and I'm just going to ride on it the whole time. I'll be like, hey, guys, it's fine for now. Just don't hurt it. Otherwise, then it'll attack you and kill you and slaughter you. But just don't attack it.
D20.
Shit. Okay, I'm still here. 5.
Okay.
How long does this last?
A minute.
A minute.
For 1 minute. So 1 more roll.
Yeah. So I'm trying to get like everything out before I possibly blink out of existence.
No, I mean how long does blink last? Because it's been
a
minute.
But
we've been tracking. I've been tracking it through rounds.
Every round's only 6 seconds.
In combat.
Yeah.
But yeah, as she's been running, I've been keeping track. She like cast it and then immediately started chasing after the kitty.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So I like hurriedly get all that out to everyone and be like, it's fine. Basically, this is our friend all day. Smile.
So Eno looks at the construct that's just been slain, and he says, "Gus was a good old cuss, but now he's made of rust. Move around and we must, or else we'll turn to dust. Poor Gus."
Rip Gus.
Is that the Ballad of Gus?
The Ballad of Gus.
And Hugon like transfers his withering, hateful, pinprick red light gaze off of Dren and like pans it across the room.
Turns the wither up to 11.
Eno's not even paying any attention.
Yeah, and like
he's used to hecklers. It's just,
it's not.
And you can't. Oh, it's not. You can't even feel it. It's just. It's like. But
he's a level 5 bard, man. He's already. If he were like a level 1 bard, that might sting a little bit. Now
I'm having a moment with the whole situation,
and that's fine. But like, oh man, Hugon is in no mood. And he doesn't say anything. He doesn't move. He doesn't gesture.
I like how much more crotchety Hugon has gotten over the course of this campaign.
Well, I wonder whose fault that is.
No idea.
I wonder why that might be. Can you
Hmm.
Do you think an investigation roll would be required to determine?
I bet I'd fail.
Why
I'm
Hugon's
blomped.
such a corrigible bastard now? Do you think maybe
Dren knows exactly why he's upset.
It's your fucking fault.
Dren knows exactly why.
And the funny thing is things were cool. And then you like hit him with like a shit flavored stun gun in the face.
Yeah.
And for fun.
It was
like,
all out of love.
At 3 a.m.
It was sharing. Sharing is caring.
I love it because you know Gideon loves this.
Oh no, this is fantastic. this is absolutely fantastic.
That's the best part about
I love it.
Player loves the character hates
This is
huge fun.
Like this is great. This is quality time and excellent comedy. But Hugon fucking hates it.
But as soon as Drenmai had said that the metal cat was now our friend, Thunuk in speech of Beast and Leaf was like, "Are we friends now?" But as like in the middle, like right towards the end of that, Eno starts singing, and he's like, "Ooh, that's kind of nice." And before the Steel Predator can respond, he looks at Eno and is like, "Was he your friend? I'm sorry."
Thunuk.
But he's Gus. We killed Gus.
No, it was irony. Sarcasm, perhaps.
Thunuk doesn't understand.
Yeah, poor Thunuk.
Well, we are in a library. Perhaps he could learn it.
I'm not supposed to touch books. I can break them by accident.
Thunuk, can you read?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I can.
No,
but
he said that he was excited about that. That wasn't him being angry. That was.
I'm surprised. I didn't think that you could read.
Oh no, I can. It's just that I don't read because books are small and fragile, and I tend to break them by accident.
This is fair. It's reasonable.
Yeah.
The Steel Predator, Sir Silver. We gotta call it something else.
Sir Silvertone.
Sir
Silvertone.
Just call him Silver.
Yeah, not Tone, just Ton. Sir Silverton.
Hi ho, Silver.
He says to you, Thunuk, he says, "Friends for now."
Wait, he says that because
like,
speech.
Well, he's able to speak back to you. You're able to understand his.
But speech and Beast and Leaf, unless they can actually speak, I can't understand what they're saying.
No, but then he does not say that.
Okay.
Can these things speak?
Depends.
Yes, so.
I think
under normal circumstances, no.
Okay.
But I thought I misunderstood. That was the DM having a dense moment.
Because like if that thing had like uttered common, I'd be like, oh fuck no, no, we're not doing this.
No, talking cat. Oh god.
Nope. Talking Satan cat. Nope. We're not doing
that. That's speak with animals. Speech of Beast and Leaf is just like I say some stuff in my, whatever language I speak and everything else.
That's what really worried me because I thought you did that, and I know that they can't talk back, and then it talked back anyway, and I was like, nope.
Concern levels.
Do not. This is concern. Do not like.
It beeped.
Ping.
The needle is pinned.
It's like a Geiger counter. It's like.
So, right. So you find yourself in this 70-foot wide round room. Books as high as the eye can see. It almost disappears into darkness. How high this room goes. You cannot see the ceiling here. There's a spiral staircase. That's less a staircase, more like levels, where it's like you take one step up and there's more. There's bookcases for about 10 feet, then another step up, and then you can see there's a ring of another layer, but it continues to go up, and it's just filled. Chock full of vitamins, nutrients, and books.
Okay.
I'm riding a kitty.
Dren.
Just doing circles like around.
Are you in charge of this thing?
Mm-hmm.
Ask it to hunt the rest of the Dwergar.
How big is this place?
The room or the complex?
The
Like
complex.
the complex, or would I know that?
You probably
Like from
would
the
know.
outside looking. Yeah, you get
It's
like
in
a
the side of
guesstimate.
it's in the side of a mountain.
Oh, okay.
So
It could be a literal labyrinth of books.
yeah.
It's quite large.
I'll tell him I don't want it to because I have to keep it with me.
Mhm.
Well, right. I mean,
Fight
riding
me.
into battle for all I care. I mean, just
Are you gonna follow me then? Or are we just gonna be basically like, hey, let's go hunt Dwargar today?
the job is to eliminate the threat to this library.
Wasn't? Can't we go find like the final boss and all the other ones just die? Video game reference. Never mind. Retcon. No.
No, but it would be funny if that's exactly what Dren said to Hugon.
And then Hugon's like, again, the wither just it increaseth. My cup runneth over with wither.
Do you still have the mask on?
Oh yes, the mask.
So it's like a shadow goes on behind the mask. Like it just gets darker.
It's just grim.
The eyes flare up a little bit. The eyes flare a little bit in
the nature of this job is to find the threat and to destroy the threat. And I want to do that before whatever it is you did to that thing stops.
Oh, don't worry. He's ours all day, baby.
No, I worry. And I'm going to continue to worry. And I'm really trying hard to be reasonable right now. And I want to get rid of the Dwergar. And I want that thing to help us. So can you do that?
Yeah, but are you guys gonna follow? Because
Yes,
I just ride off. Okay.
Yes.
Well,
and
I've
as
already
fast
told it to protect us.
Well, right. No, I'm saying actively find them so that we can kill them.
I don't know if it has a tracking thing, but I can ask it.
It's clearly a predator. How did it find us?
Can I talk to him?
You can try.
I'm gonna answer my question. How did you find us?
And one of the giant paws comes up and like paws at its own ear.
Okay, so it can hear. Okay,
Yes.
we can. So he can, or is it she? Can I tell?
I mean, you could look underneath, I guess, and I don't think there's any bits back there for you
It's
to.
an
Okay,
extraplanar metallic
exactly.
line predator. It likely does not have
You don't know. I don't know the reproduction.
the standard
bits.
configurations.
I imagine they're like alligators or crocodiles, wherein like everything is
Nope.
interior.
Conversation
There's an
over.
egg.
Stop.
Can I go hunting metal kitty eggs? Oh my god, yes. Later. Mental note.
God.
So
Bet you
I'll tell
weren't
it.
expecting this when you joined us.
yeah.
No, I expected it.
He should have been very clearly warned. He's seen our show. He
Yeah.
knows what kind of nonsense we're up
True.
to. So
I'll tell it to go find the closest Dwargar.
track the Dwergar, kill the Dwergar.
Okay, and you guys are gonna follow.
Yeah.
Um.
I'm writing it.
Yeah.
Are you
and
good at
by now-
writing? No.
Considering my animal handling's a -1, no.
It's a rough ride.
It's
She's always like bucking around.
bang, 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 bang.
So you give this command or you give this suggestion, like when your boss says you might want to come in early. Suggestion.
Exactly.
You might. Oh well, I kind of might don't.
Might or have to. Please be more
Yeah,
specific.
you need to be specific because
Be
if you say
clear
might,
about
I'm not coming. I don't like you enough.
So you're saying it's optional, is what I'm hearing.
Well, we would really like you to be there. Well, I really have other things to
I really
do,
like to sleep.
and you are really not important, and you really don't pay me enough. And there's a whole host of other reasons that I don't want to show up to whatever this meeting is.
And so the first thing, so it immediately Snoot goes to the ground, and it starts like walking around, and you can see it's like looking at it, and you can see if it had that motion, you would think it was sniffing.
It sounds like a small, like handheld vacuum,
like a dustbuster. you hear, as it sucks up a paperclip. Rattles around in there. And it bounds off to the north entrance, or the northeast entrance of this room of the library. And bursts, and it uses its paw to like open the door, and keeps on bounding. And it goes into a hallway, and it makes a right-hand turn and bounds. And you get to another circular room. And this looks more like a central processing room, where there's like stacks of books as opposed to them being neatly ordered on the shelves. Now they're more like stacked on tables. And it looks like there is an organization structure here. But Sir Silverton goes to the north of this circular room and starts scratching and pawing at the wall there. And you're pretty sure you hear like it sounds. So if you've ever heard like brakes when they're starting to run low and you get that high pitched whine, that's the sound that it makes as it starts pawing at the door.
So it's just a wall.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
And it's like
Alyssa, can you do? What do you think? Secret door, hidden lever.
She says, "Well, let me check. Let's see. That would be a perception, right?
Rogue. Do the rogue thing."
I'm trying to remember. Searching, that'd be an intelligence check.
Perception would be used to search for stuff.
Yeah. That's wisdom-y.
Wisdom-y. Yeah. Okay. All right, let's take a look here. She like is feeling along the wall, and she's like, there's definitely there's something here, but I can't seem to find the mechanism.
So it seems like it's a physical thing, not a magical thing.
All she says is that she knows that there is something behind it, but she's not quite sure how the mechanism works.
Okay.
I'll do like an Arcana check on it to see if it is.
And I will also search.
Okay.
Like the room.
21.
Oh, nat 20.
Womp. If we had things to give away, we would give them away, but we don't. So
no, they're mine. No, they go to me. I rolled 20, not you.
I get it.
They're my things. Giveaway. No, you don't get anything.
No, give to me.
Give to me.
Yeah, is the thing here. So with the Arcana check, again, the goggles come down, the adjustments are made for the proper lenses. You're not picking up on anything specific about that door that says, hey, this is Arcana. But Hugon, you, as you're looking, you accidentally bump into one of the picture frames, and it shifts it. and it just shifts, and it opens up.
Like he turns and like hooks it with his halberd, like, oh
yeah,
shit, and he's like trying to get it off, and it goes clack,
and as you clack, you're shaking it to get it off, and it it's opening and closing and opening and closing, but you found it. And as soon as the door is open, Sir Silverton bounds, and this is in the north wall, bounds through this hallway up about 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, about 60 feet or so, and it comes to a T intersection. And it slows down, and you hear, Dren, like a really low growl, not loud at all.
Okay.
Like it's almost just like it's barely a vibration, and it starts walking down this west hallway, and it starts stalking real careful. And as you enter, it looks like another one of these circular rooms that looks like at one point it might have had books in it, but it looks like it's been absolutely trashed, ransacked. There's like bits and flits of paper about, like on the floor and on the shelves, but there's no books. It looks like the stairwell only leads up one more floor, and it looks like most of it's been destroyed up above. And here you see, and Sir Silverton hasn't entered the room yet. He's still like in the shadows of the hallway. Okay, but in here you see, you see a row, or like it's almost like around the edges of the room. It looks like these almost metal coffins, but they're very shallow, and it looks like they've got some kind of framework over top of them instead of an actual like closed lid. It looks more like almost like a cage like structure, like almost like half of one of those what are the stocks they used to hang people in at an intersection with the crows
gibbet.
back in them? Yeah,
Yeah.
a gibbet. Yeah, almost like half a gibbet. And you see you see 6 of these around the outside of the room, and you can actually see there's people inside these things, and there's some, looks like there's some wires or something protruding from the gibbet into them, and then there's wires, looks like they're running to this structure in the middle. This it looks like another like upright gibbet surrounded by, it looks like metal pieces attached to it. And in here you find there's another Dwergar along, or there's actually several Dwergar in here, and there's little Modrons that are poking around the machine and poking around the gibbets.
Hugon doesn't know what a Modron is.
Okay, so that's a good point. Like? So they're like these little roundish kind of looking, they're probably about the size of a basketball. They have eyes, but they're completely, you can see that they're making these like ticking noises as they walk, and they're completely made out of metal, and there's these, you know, little arms, little, you know,
so they look like, a little bit like Buck.
A little bit like Buck. Buck is much more polished, larger. Buck doesn't have like actual, like any kind of like blinky eyes.
Right. He doesn't have like a human organic eye.
Yeah. Well, these aren't organic eyes. I mean, they're built.
Oh, okay.
But they're like bolted. But they're like bolted on. And they're much smaller. And where Buck kind of moves around silently, he's kind of got like a bit of a hum to him.
Mm-hmm.
As he moves around, and if you're near him, you can kind of hear like a hum of something running. This sounds more like constant like clockwork running as these things are moving around.
You're telling me there are abominations that need to be destroyed.
And the one Dwergar that looks like he might be in charge, based on the fact that he's yelling orders, and he's yelling it in some guttural language that you really can't understand.
Are the people in the cages, do they look like they're hurt or hurting?
Give me a perception check.
I would also like to make a perception check.
You as well, Mr. Hugon.
17.
17?
20. Dirty.
20. Dirty 20.
It a dirt 20.
They are definitely in pain. They're not really moving. There's not a lot of room for them to move in there. They're kind of like really like jammed in there. But you can see that there's definitely a look of pain on their faces. You can see they're pale, sweaty, you know, kind of like breathing, you know, almost panting. They don't look good.
Do these look like Dwergar or the villagers and the monks that were here before?
There looks like there's a couple that look like similar to monks. They have like similar dress on, a little dirtier, you know, having been down here for a while. And there are some that look like they might have come from the village.
Hugon grabs Loralissa by the shoulder and like kind of pulls her in so he can whisper to her. You need to not be seen, and when we start the fight, you need to go for the leader. We'll distract him. And he gives her the push of go forth.
As soon as Eno hears this language that he's not familiar with, he casts Comprehend Languages, which lasts for an hour, and I want to try and understand what's being said by the leader.
And he's saying, yeah, he's yelling at them. He goes, "Finish the preparations. Quickly. Over there. Plug that in. Get it done. You attach the..." He's yelling like technical language.
Attach the fantasy sci-fi bullshit to the other fantasy sci-fi bullshit.
Attach the MacGuffin to the larger MacGuffin.
Put the thing in the thing.
Put the thing over there. No, the larger thing.
Your terms are not very specific.
But yeah, he's basically it sounds like he's directing this project. Laura Lissa gives like a curt nod. The hood comes up and she like basically disappears into the shadow, and disappears from sight. Basically, she's not invisible, but
right.
But
she's stealthed. She's
starting to do her thing, her thing.
And so Hugon goes over to Kohan and goes, "You and I are on the leader." And then he goes over to Thunuk and goes, "You are going to need to help these people out of their cages, and also be mindful of the little circles that are walking around."
Okay.
And then he goes over to Dren and goes, "This is the only time that I'm going to say this, and I need you to appreciate it. But I need you to cause as much chaos as possible."
Yeah. Consider it done.
I still hate you.
I hate you too.
And then he stalks off, and like he goes over to Kohan and they get ready, and he's really close to starting a count, and like we go on 3 kind of thing.
So okay, so you're and any instructions for Eno here?
Oh, Hugon legitimately.
Remember, you had this whole other person who's playing Dungeons and Dragons with us.
Is that he's been with these same people, and this is now an outside variable. And he doesn't know anything about Eno, and literally forgot that he was there. Not because Eno is not important, but because he's just he just got here, and like you'll have to forgive me. And so Hugon like goes back over to Kohan, and he's like, "Oh," and he like turns around to try and find Eno, and goes, "I'm not in charge of you.
Do your best."
I was like, do you do best, I guess.
Whatever that is.
You and I haven't worked together, so I don't know what you can do."
He said he was preparing for something.
Oh, okay.
They're preparing for something. I don't know what they're preparing for, but
we should probably stop that.
Yeah, whatever it is, it doesn't sound good.
Yeah, it doesn't sound good.
No.
So I trust that you know yourself better than I do, so do what you do best.
That's a really good question, though. Does anyone really know themselves?
Shut up.
We're not getting into the deep
the metaphysics is not what I'm here for.
Life thing.
Eno starts to think about it, and then he thinks better of it. Like he's and he's like, maybe now's not the time.
Now's not the time to jump into this ethical.
Perhaps that is a conversation over to have over.
This is a metaphysical thing that I would like to think about later.
Yes. All right, so you guys are about to. It sounds like you're about to come charging in here. So what I think we should do is roll for initiative, so that way we get all of this straightened out. So roll your initiative, but do not call it out just yet, so that way I can get this all organized, because I am not Matthew Mercer, and I cannot do this as fast as he does. I don't know how he manages that large of a team.
My suspicion is that
he's awesome.
Well, but
he's a multi-dimensional being who
see. I was gonna go with some sort of higher life form, but that's multi-dimensional being is good.
I was about to say, do I get a bonus because I've run a game of 35 plus people?
You do want to. Yes,
that initiative is fun.
I can only. Are you doing it in D20? I hope. Roll
sometimes.
Okay, that's the only way I can imagine doing it, and that's I can't. God bless you, Lathander. Bless you for that.
I have a quick question. I don't remember how large did you say this room was?
It's hang on.
Oh no, do your thing first.
No, I can tell you real quick. I just got to lift this little piece here, and it is approximately, hang on, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, about 70 feet.
Oh, okay. Across.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's round, so it makes this nice and easy. Hang on, get that. This is the part that's always difficult. That's going to be that, and that's going to be that. No, here, we're just gonna do this the easy way, Brian. Okay. All right. Give me some initiative numbers here. Where Thonic?
6.
6. All right. Eno.
Cumulative 20.
Dirty 20. All
Dirty
right.
20.
All right. Hang on. Got to roll for those two ne'er-do-wells. Okay. Hugon.
18.
18. Dren.
21.
21. All right.
Damn,
let me get this
high initiative on the crew here.
Yeah.
Except for Thunuk.
Of course.
Now we wasted all of our good rolls.
But that's okay. That's
Yeah,
kind of
we're wasting these good rolls.
That's kind of where we'll do that. And there. And I can't. Oh my God, this is. Why am I panicking? Don't panic. Nothing bad can happen.
It's just numbers.
Just numbers. No one's watching.
I'm going to tell you why you're panicking. You forgot your towel.
Little Douglas Adams reference there.
Thank you.
He's a hoopy fruit.
Okay. We're ready to go here. So, all right. So Hugon, you're doing your count, right?
Yeah.
So you're like 1.
And he's like
3, 2, and before you get to 1, you get to 2. Dren, you're at top of the order.
Can you describe the room, just real quick overview, like what's in the room besides cages and?
Yes. So 70-foot round. You have a spiral staircase leading up to, much like the other rooms, up to a second tier, but it looks like all of the other staircases above that have been destroyed.
Okay. Are there any of the bookcases in this?
Yes, the bookcases, but most of them are not in very good shape. It looks like they've collapsed shelves, empty shelves, not a lot in the way of books.
Is there any lighting or like torches on the wall?
Yes, there are torches on the wall that are keeping the room not torches, but it looks like stones that are glowing in a low red light. So it's actually it's dimly lit. You're able to see, but it's not like, hey, brightly lit library and all that.
So I like that Hugon said chaos, because I'm going to use my special.
Our first one!
And it adds a dark D6.
So, yes.
But what are you going to do?
No. That's for the D6 is the, it adds the dark D6. I forgot. I get the dark D6.
You get the dark D6.
I'm going to put this over here. Right here.
So I have to do a Rube Goldberg-like thing if I can succeed on it.
Yes.
Oh, I know. I think I know what you're going to do. I think I know what's going on here.
You're going to use Chaotic Nutella.
I am.
Is that the name of the ability?
It is.
It's Chaotic Nutella. That's what Brian gave me. So
it's on brand.
Yeah. What I want to do is I want me and Mr. Sir Silverton to go over to like the nearest bookshelf case thing. Mm-hmm. I want to knock that over, to knock any of the other ones over, to be able to collapse on the people, pull the rug, so that way anyone that's connected to it can trip on it. And then any of the stones, I want to try and either use like some kind of the books falling, but I want to shatter everything so that it's dark.
Oh, yeah. Is there any light going on in here?
Very little light.
Okay, all right.
But if you remember, one of the benefits of wearing Delotha.
Well, yes. I was more concerned about the people who can't see in the dark.
Okay. So bursting into the room, knocking.
So I'm going to cause as much domino effect, cause as much chaos, and make it everything shatter.
Okay.
And I'm pulling the rug so everyone trips.
Give me a D20 roll so we can see how this is going to play out here.
That's
something is going to happen.
Let's maximize this chaos.
Yeah.
This is the only time he's going to let you do it.
I know.
Wop, 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 wop.
I think you're lying, but
Nice.
fine.
He's okay with it.
I'm kidding.
Wow.
I'm fine.
Nat 20.
Wait, was that the AI die?
No.
Yeah.
That was
it
an AI
was.
die? You rolled
But
a
it's on
20
the
on
20
it.
side. It's
That's
not on the
cool.
one.
Oh,
I
yeah, no.
So,
I like
Red, you and Sir Silverton burst into the room. No attempt at stealth whatsoever.
No.
And crash immediately into the bookshelf. And the bookshelf hits the exact right way and it falls over, but as it falls, something catches and it takes the next one and the next one and the next one. And there's just this cacophony. And then as that happens, it's actually caused the one of the rugs to shift. And one of the modrons gets launched into the air onto the second floor, where it hits the railing on the second floor, and that starts to collapse. And as it kind of peels,
pinball.
as it peels around, as it kind of swings down, it starts taking out the stones along the side, shattering them as they go, and the room falls into darkness. And that's where we're going to end our game this week.
Perfection.
Ta-da!
Very good.
It's good.
So we are gonna start. Eno, you're next. So you have a week.
Oh, I already know what I was going to do.
I don't need a week.
I don't need a week.
professional.
So, but we're gonna stop right there. I think this is a perfect time for us to stop right as the big battle is about to start.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, I can't say it enough how much I love my players. This has been so much fun. I didn't anticipate it going this way, and I'm so glad that it did. So first we want to thank Rozella for joining us as the newest member.
Yay!
Thank you for having me.
Member. I'm very glad. It's great to have
This is
you.
going to be really interesting.
Yes.
Maybe.
What do you mean? Maybe? It's going to be really interesting.
We haven't even talked about it in character, so it's like we're not even there yet.
We'll get
It's
there.
gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
There's other pressing concerns. We can have the personnel discussion later.
Trust me, I'm gonna be researching the shit out of how I can keep this kitty.
You got 8 hours.
8 hours to figure it out.
Yep.
So yes, guys, thank you very much for listening. If you were watching live, thank you very much for watching live today. You can always get notified of when we go live again by subscribing or following to our Twitch channel. The podcast and YouTube videos will go live on Wednesday mornings. If you want early access to the podcast, you can support us on Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Again, we're just looking to keep the lights on. That's pretty much all it is. So any support would be amazing on that. But please follow us on Twitter, follow us on YouTube, follow us on Twitch, on all the channels so you can find out when we put up new content. This week, do we have a new Dungeons and Designs this week?
I would like to. The problem is my time slot is kind of screwed up for work purposes for the rest of the month. So I could definitely.
It's a solid maybe.
It's either do a hiatus or do it at 9 p.m. my time, which is kind of
late-ish.
Late-ish for all of you, I imagine.
So follow us on Twitter to find out what the final result of that is. Now, last week, the Viking Goat beat.
Oh, that's right.
Beat A Legend of Zelda:
Well
A Link to the
done.
Past. So,
Thank you.
what tasty retro treat shall we get to see this week?
I am probably going to play something that is not retro, because I need to put up a poll asking for, based upon, because there were some serious suggestions. I need to put up a poll and ask folks, tell me what to play next. So I'll probably play something in the meantime that is easy for me to interact with people. Is in my Steam library. Most likely one of the Telltale games.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
So yeah, we'll see how that works out. Also, I'll be using this new rig that I built.
Whoa, the rig!
Yeah, it's going to be very surprising.
It's complete!
So hopefully that will make things a lot more interesting and fun. Yeah.
Clues and Roz, any announcements you guys would like to make?
Come to PAX East.
Come to PAX East.
PAX East.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's some
I would like to,
shit
but I
going on.
cannot.
I know.
He'll be there in spirit. I'm gonna make.
I'll be there,
an odd attempt.
grumpy
to do it.
from
We'll
afar.
see.
Grumpy in
Aw.
spirit.
We should go to
So
table talk anyways.
two other quick announcements for the folks who are listening to this on the main podcast before we're going to break and come back to table talk where we'll talk about the game itself. But two quick announcements are that we will have an announcement this week about the Drawn and Courtier at Unplugged. So keep an eye out for that. And we have something special that we're going to announce later this week. Watch the Twitter space. We teased it a little bit this morning with our beholder friend.
Gideon casts skepticism.
And
I cast curiosity.
Curiosity. We
What could this be?
we're gonna find
No,
out.
why are you trying to kill our cat friend?
It's
It's not our friend.
Oh, yes, he is.
At any rate, before this spirals out of my control once again, everyone, thank you very much for watching. We will be back next week at 4 p.m. Eastern with a brand new episode of Team X. Stay tuned for Table Talk.
Bye.
Bye. We're back. Now it's time for table talk.
That was fast.
Yay.
For table talk. Roz, welcome.
Yeah. Welcome to this
Yay.
strange, dysfunctional little team of miscreants that we have.
Family.
Thank you.
It's not no.
Yeah.
Feels like a family.
Yeah.
Maybe a little. Maybe that's just me projecting. I don't want
They
to
call this
I don't
Christmas
wanna-
where I'm from. So Roz has joined us here on Team X. Some of you folks might know him from the Penny Arcade moderation Twitch streams, if I'm correct.
Yeah, Purple Monkey Robots.
Yes, as one of the good guys on there, making sure all you miscreants stay in line, and well, you're all kind of nice to begin with. But anyways, so welcome. Hey, thanks for coming and playing with us. I'm glad we can add you to the dynamic here.
to the crew.
So we are gonna put you on the spot a little bit though. So first game, favorite moment of the game, and it could be any moment. If it's one that you were in, it's fine. But yeah,
Never be afraid to give yourself credit.
Yeah, you can be selfish.
Yeah,
We're
it's
fine with it here.
Absolutely okay.
I think the blink spell was probably my favorite moment. Just the fact that she's winking in and out of existence in front of us is pretty hilarious. So yeah, I would give
Wait,
it to
I never
that.
did my final one.
Yeah, I think you maybe have one more, right?
Yeah,
Well,
technically I should have blinked out at the last one.
blinked out. but then you
Everything's
come
cool.
back.
Everything's cool. Boop.
Yeah.
Please don't hurt my kitty. Bye. Psh, gone.
And then you come right back.
Yeah, 6 seconds later. I'm
On the
here.
ground under the kitty.
Yeah.
Yeah, under the kitty.
And I like the way you brought
On
me in.
Sonic.
That worked really well.
That was good.
Well, Gideon's was like, oh, well, you just drop the guy naked in the dungeon, and
Okay.
I mean, that's the old way of doing things.
it crossed my mind, and I haven't played enough with you, so I didn't know what kind of bard you were going to be. If you were Patrick Rothfuss, I absolutely would have done that because that's again on brand. But no, I thought that I was trying to find an interesting way of bringing you in, and I'm glad that it worked out and that you played along. No, I'm not going to sit with the guy. Fuck, how do I get?
Damn it! This was not according to plan.
No, but that was like, what if he says no? All right, black bag abduction team.
Go.
He's going.
Drink this. Poof.
No, pour it down the throat. Drink it. You're gonna like it.
Well, then as soon as I got teleported, I realized I didn't do any checks at all to see if I was like, God dang it.
Should I have trusted this person?
Yeah, like I didn't do a
Word?
perception check. I was like, okay, that's all right.
But it figures
first scene.
It's probably on brand with the character,
Yeah, no,
which we will get to.
yes.
But then he drinks the ale, which came with him, which he also didn't check.
It's true.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got a Manchurian candidate
He's not
scenario.
he's not the smartest. I mean, he's got some intelligence. He's a little bit above average, but he's not,
Well, that's okay.
yeah.
Well, when Thonic will have some fun conversations during the course of this game.
I'm sure.
Doubt. So why don't we go? Well, seeing as how you're at the kind of bottom left corner, let's go up now, staying in the clockwise situation here, and let's hit up Mr. Viking Goat.
I think you mean crossways.
No, Clues. No, I'm sorry. Clues is above him. Clues, you're next. I can't remember anything. Sorry. You're next.
I got a kitty.
You got a kitty.
That's all I care about. That's my favorite. I was like, the second that you brought him in last week, I was like, how?
Quickly
I
scribble the
control it?
word suggestion in your spell repertoire.
So, like,
no, I always had this. I always had it.
What magical bullshit can
What?
I pull off?
I better cheat real fast. No,
I'm going to admit
Yeah.
that had that not happened, Cynic probably would have followed up with animal friendship.
Well, listen, you only got 8 hours on the spell before this thing turns back into a murder machine. So
I know.
like a
I
Cuisinart.
gotta figure something out.
a Cuisinart on legs.
I just basically after the 8 hours, I have to take a rest, or during the 8 hours, I have to take a short rest so that way I can give one back and just keep casting suggestion for the rest of my life.
And never sleep again.
We're entering the ethical quandary of kind of perverting the will of a sentient creature for fun.
for fun and profit.
Gosh.
Well, I was gonna take apart Buck, so
Yeah,
You say was like it's still not on the agenda for you.
listen. Every time you remind her that it becomes a problem for us. So, like, quit that. Like, stop reminding her that she can take apart Buck.
I'm already making plans. Already making plans.
Buck
So,
explodes.
it's a thought.
now
I have a
Gold.
current kitty, so
You have
know,
a silver
Buck's
kitty.
safe for now.
Sir Silver.
Sir Silverton.
So now moving clockwise, now we move over to Viking Goat.
Okay. Well, in that case, it would be Roz's quick roll on saving the beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't spill. Oh, like cap it. Like
In my head canon, when he's throwing it back, he basically he looks around and does like
give me a moment, please.
Yeah,
That was harrowing.
that's it. That's what happened.
That's on brand.
Yeah.
I love it.
Time
I
for a
love it.
drinky poo. Mr. Valander.
Hard call this session. There were a lot of good moments. Man, it's got to be the spiritual weapon.
Even though it never hit.
a lot of whoosh on that one.
It's the coolest shit that Thunnock has done. Like
It looks cool
The
when it
railgun
happens.
hummingbird, like hummingbird railgun, hummingun railbird,
The railbird.
That works too.
railbird. That's cool as hell. But like this like, because you've never seen Thunnock in the game pick up a weapon or like hold a weapon.
Except for a shillelagh.
Well,
He's
except
walking
that's a
through-
stick.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
stick.
No, you're right.
It's an
You're
angry
right.
stick. That's all it is. And like suddenly it'd be like, it's just wild to be like, oh no, this is a problem. And like this titanic maul made of like magical force just springs into existence and starts beating the hell out of things.
Mhm.
That's really neat. That's a really neat moment for like a very gentle character. Where he's just like, oh no, it's on.
Well, he's not even mad. He's like, oh, I gotta stop that. Okay. Ka-dum, 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 ka-dum.
Like I was picturing like like when you were describing it as like the tree trunk thing like wrapping a boulder.
Mm-hmm.
That's not how I originally pictured it, but I like yours better. I was thinking that you were like summoning some sort of winter aspect, and it was just this like craggy, icy, like thorny looking maul with like icicles coming out of it.
The thing that I'm trying for here, and you'll probably see it more in the future, is every time he casts any sort of non-specific spell, it's going to be a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
Like the spiritual weapon is going to be seasonal.
Okay.
It's going to be very
Cool.
seasonal.
I like that. I really
And
like that.
I think if my brain is not wrong, I think Brian, you said it was spring.
Mm-hmm.
So I was going for like post-winter.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of can't tell if it's spring or not on this thing. It may be lush the next time you see it. It might.
Mm-hmm. It may be a tree.
It may be a tree. It may be an ent.
A tree that has become weaponized.
Yeah.
If I have to go with my favorite, it's one, having a new player is always wonderful.
This is true.
It's always wonderful to have some, and I think that I did like it where you just kind of walk in and be like, huh, okay, so this is it. All right, go away. You know, it was just kind of like, all right, this situation normal. This is, you know, whatever.
This is not the strangest place I've woken up in after a drink.
I think this is not the strangest place. And again, conversations between now Eno and Hugon of strangest places they've woken up after a bender. So lots of ways for the characters to play together nicely. But I think the fact that we got to see our first special, and on top of that, a nat 20 on top of that.
It's true. It's true.
I'm so happy that it did.
I'm something was going to happen regardless, but I'm happy to see that I really want to. I hope the specials become something we can have a lot of fun with this season. Any other character notes people want to bring up?
I will keep it forever in my heart that Hugon and Cedron make chaos.
I did.
I hope they make up. I don't want mom and dad to keep on fighting. It's
This is mom's fault.
Wow.
Am I wrong?
No.
Not quite dumb.
Like I imagine Philip being the little kid being like, I hate
No.
I hate
don't
it when you guys fight. Well, it's the bitch's fault.
It's,
Oh, God.
Yep.
I mean, like
much.
he's been very clear that sorry. You know,
Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry,
Not sorry.
Not sorry in the slightest.
No, it's we're gonna. I'm looking forward to exploring this this story arc with you guys. My initial plan was we'd be further along what I had originally written down, and I'm perfectly okay with the fact that we're not.
Oh, we're not further along.
We have way too many detours.
It's fine though. Well,
I don't know if this counts as a detour though.
No. This is where
We've actually stayed on track for the most part.
I'd expected us to be around here at the end of the first the season premiere, but then we spent how much time talking about cooking?
We had to do cooking.
We did have a cooking episode.
Yeah,
we had a cooking episode, right?
We're in a new place and people were hungry. What were what did you think was going to happen?
It's my own fault. I mean, I'm not going to deny it. It's my. And then on top of that, the fact that last week we spent an hour on Sparkle Fart.
We did some
what I thought was going to be about 5 minute, maybe 10-minute like detour to have.
You woke up a borderline alcoholic fighter at 3 a.m. and cast a spell in his face.
Well, to be fair,
Yep.
I wasn't expecting clues to decide, hey, Dren's going to walk out and release this in someone's room. I honestly, okay, we'll do it. Boom. Spell created. Okay, we're no.
Nah.
The entire almost first half of the episode was
chaos character.
But I'm okay with this. And I want to make sure I'm 100% clear. I'm perfectly okay with this. And we will keep on going. And I
don't mind it at all.
We will adapt and overcome. And we will get, and believe me, things are proceeding better than I could ever possibly hoped, which is I think every dungeon master's dream, which is I'm going to lay it down and you're going to fuck it up in the best possible way.
Yep.
And that's it. So
that's why I took Blink. I'm gonna fuck with the planes.
Oh, good.
Yay! Ethereal plane, blink. Normal plane, blink. Hi, bye, blink.
we are definitely gonna have some fun this season. So I think that's about it for us this week. I think that is the end of table. Unless someone's got something very pressing.
No?
Pressing? No. I might have a cool surprise by next week.
Ooh.
Oh, interesting.
Yes.
Surprises abound here at EatDrinkRoll.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, none of them even know about it yet, so everyone's hearing of this. But yeah, by next week I should have some info.
Well, good. Well, I look forward to some information here. Guys, thank you very much for the folks who are listening. Again, thank you very much for watching and listening and sticking around with us. Team X, the only, as of right now, official outside franchise of Acquisition.
Oh, that's right. I was like, wait a minute, official what? That.
Oh, is Roz aware of that?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw the first few episodes.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Yeah. So we do have a letter from Mr. Horcrims. So, guys, thank you very much for.
No, we don't. We have a letter.
I do.
From Omen Drawn.
It is from Omen Drawn. You're right. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I don't know who this Mr. Horcrims is.
Who's Omen? Guys, thank you very much for playing this week. It was awesome. As always, I was looking forward to this all day. Next week.
Yeah.
Same time?
It's gonna be good.
Same place.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
We're gonna fight us a Dwergar.
Yay.
And some Modrons, which I've never actually seen in a game before. Ever.
We're gonna have some fun.
It'll be good.
Yeah.
Or Waldeye.
Horribly.
Nah, I got a kitty.
that's all that matters.
You know,
Kitties like to play
dispel
with
magic is a
sparkle
thing. You know that exists, right?
Yeah, they don't look like magic users.
That's a problem. That sounds like a problem for future Dren.
Yeah.
That's future Dren's problem. I don't give a shit about future Dren.
I'm concerned about now, Dren.
All right, guys. That is Table Talk for this week. Thank you very much for joining us. We will see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.